This is a Headgum podcast.
Mitch, did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long.
Wags, using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long so you get better sleep every night.
Wow. You know who else is inspired by NASA? Me.
Wow. Miracle Made and Wags.
These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them cleaner and fresher 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors.
You know who wasn't inspired by NASA? Dr. Jones. I don't know if you've seen the newest one.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Miracle Made sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Wow.
Stop sleeping on bacteria.
Ew.
Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Go to trymiracle.com/doughboys to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo Doughboys at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%.
Wow. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And you know what, Wags? I've used their product, and I love it. So if you're not 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund, Wags, but you're going to like it.
Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/doughboys and use the code Doughboys to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/doughboys to treat yourself. And thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Hey, buddy, it's Weiger. The WGA strike and the SAG-AFTRA strikes continue.
I'm here too.
Mitch is also here.
I'm here, which
I didn't know
means
you were going to talk.
the strike continues on.
The strike continues on. We are cresting the century mark as of this episode's release.
Wow.
100 plus days on the picket line for the writers, over a month on the picket line for the actors, because the AMPTP, the studios, will not give us a fair deal that they can easily afford. So, as such, no scripted intros. I know people who listen to the podcast, that's their favorite part, right? My scripted intro I give at the top of the show.
Sure.
Yeah, people
It's
love
great
that.
when you give yourself that work to do, unlike me who just says, howdy ho. That's all you got to do, baby.
Yeah, well, look, I caught myself in this trap, but I'm not doing it for now.
They like the intros, and let me tell you, when we get back off the strike, he's going to write the fattest intro you've ever seen.
Be like, did Tolstoy write this intro?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was me. Why? I got a bunch of fucking intros built up in my brain. I'm waiting to get out there on the keyboard.
That's what we're saying, but if the AMPTP keeps acting like assholes, it might be a while.
It might be a little bit. Anyway, that's the preamble for this week. You know where to find info on the strikes. Check out the SAG-AFTRA strike.org, WGAstrike2023.org.
Yeah,
I
that's
should know
right.
these URLs.
That's all right. Go to birdfuck.com.
Go to birdfuck.com. We'll have links to both of them. And enjoy this week's episode as we review LA Local Institution. This week on Doughboys, Rick's Drive In and Out. Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Weiger, along with my co-host, Little Caesar Chavez, the Spoon Man Mike Mitchell.
Little Caesar Chavez.
Mitch, that's a labor roast, courtesy of the person just signed this, an ununionized Amazon delivery driver.
Wow.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
and
service.
Hope you all can organize someday. And
about
all
this?
it was sent in Jimmy John's Hoffa.
An onion user. What was it? An ununion?
An ununionized
I was trying to
Amazon
turn that
delivery
into
driver.
onion, like an onion ring sort of thing.
An unionized Amazon.
Yeah, but then also I was
delivery
like,
driver?
oh, he's saying he's ununion. That's not fun.
People don't know what it's a pun off of is a thing. If you just say unionized, they're like, what? On what? On ununionized.
Look, that sucks. The world is bad.
Bad world.
I shouldn't have tried to make an onion pun on ununionized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unonionized? I don't know. It's fine. Look, I shouldn't still be trying to make it. Unonionized?
Yeah.
roastspoonman@gmail.com. Maybe you can crack it. Send in your onionized pun. If there's a good one, we'll use it on a future episode.
We're using strike puns, eh?
Well, I mean, this was a strike roast that was submitted special, but it's not necessarily
Call me
established.
Strikey Mikey.
Strikey Mikey?
I
That's
wanna
what
be
you are from
Strikey
now on?
Mikey.
The Spoon Man is out? Strikey Mikey is in?
During the strike, I'm Strikey Mikey.
Wow, Strikey Mikey.
hmm
I feel like I should have a strike name. Maybe I'm Strikey Wiggy.
That's bullshit. It's mine.
Strikey Mikey and Strikey Wiggy, the dynamic duo.
You stole mine. I'm
we have the
Strikey
same,
Mikey.
no, we have the same one because we're friends.
Oh, Jesus.
Because we're a
Christ.
duo. Because we're a pair.
Well, I guess we are during all of this. During all of this
During all of this turmoil.
turmoil, which will last for months.
Yeah. We'll see where we are. As of this record, we're in.
Scabbing.
I think we're we might be scabbing. I think we're recording this, I think, on day 84 of the WGA strike. And by the time this releases, we should be, if the strike's still going. I mean, who knows? But if the strike's still going, we'll be past the century mark on the WGA side, past the 30 or 40-day mark on the SAG-AFTRA side.
What if I get offered There Will Be Blood 2 tomorrow or something?
Might have the scab.
Yeah.
Get a waiver. Just
Get
get
a
a
waiver.
waiver.
I'll
You're
get a
fine.
waiver. Yeah,
Glenn
no,
Close
that's-
got a waiver. You get a waiver.
No, that's-
Waiver.
It's cool when millionaire actors are getting waivers and I can't talk about a show that I'm in. That's always very cool. Oh, what? You don't want me to say it? We don't need to get into it?
No, yeah, say what you want. Say what you
okay.
want.
Well, it's frustrating.
I get it. I understand your particular situation.
Yeah, maybe I will get a waiver. I drink your milkshake, and I just am drinking milkshakes. Is that
That's
I
what
thought
the
you would.
sequel is?
Yeah.
He just drinks real
Just
milkshake?
drinking real milkshakes. That's a great sequel. I would watch this.
And it's Mitch. Mitch is the guy?
I guess I a few people would maybe consider a step down to go from what many consider the best actor in the world to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't think it's that big of a step.
No. It works with a vision
Yes.
of There Will Be Blood 2.
How big of a step is it? Is it like a?
A leap into a canyon, perhaps?
Yeah.
A step into the abyss, one might say?
Yeah.
Like if a hypothetical space elevator were built and he
Yeah.
could step from...
Oh, or you know that documentary that just came out about the people who do the deep breathing underwater, where they
Yes.
just kind of dive deep and
Right.
they go.
We're talking
and they
Mariana
go,
Trench deep.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
doing
and they
free
just kind
diving.
of free diving. They let themselves sink as low as possible.
I look to my right, I see the Meg. I look to my left, I see I don't know what else is down there. There's
say the Meg.
what's that?
Can't say the...
Oh,
the
yeah,
Meg.
you
Jesus
can't say that.
Christ.
Okay,
the Meg.
see, I brought
I
up a
meant it as-
I brought
shit.
up a documentary. I'm safe. Okay,
Yeah, you're fine.
I brought up the Meg. I was talking about the Meg 1, and I think that it could use a rewrite.
Okay, so this is a critical assessment.
Yes.
This is not
And
publicity.
so then it's
Got
not
it.
being a fan that is and then it's okay.
You're
All right,
golden.
fine. Here's this. I look to my left, I see a bulb fish.
Okay.
Are you an oceanographer? Are you a marine biologist?
You know, one of my first things I wanted to be was a marine biologist. That it's the truth. One of my
wow.
first. I love animals. I was thinking the other night how much I do love animals and how I do wish humans would go extinct in a way.
Yeah.
My mom thinks I've told my mom this before, and she doesn't like that. And I'm like, humans should go, and then the animals get it,
Yeah.
right?
I totally agree.
Come on.
Michael! Don't
yeah.
long for the extinction of humanity.
I'm on the side of the Megs, the fish, the actual one, not the film.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's right. When I said the Meg, it was the fish.
It was the actual
It was
fish.
the actual fish.
I think, yeah, I mean, like, look, nature is amoral, but it certainly isn't destroying
That's true.
our home, our habitat. You know what I mean? It's like that's the unique peril that
I watched a movie last night that
humanity
I
has
won't
put
say what the movie is, but
Earth
maybe
into.
they
Yeah.
emotionally manipulate and like animals abuse in a way,
Oh.
and that's what got me thinking about it. I didn't love the movie, but should I say it? We can.
Can I-
bleep-
Well, I think if you
guess?
say you don't love it, then you can say it, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
then you're
it's not
fine.
being a fan.
Yeah, you're fine.
It was the latest Guardians. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
Oh.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I think that they kind of like emotionally manipulate you with like images of animals being kind of like tortured.
I have heard this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Yeah.
George C. Scott movie Day of the Dolphin?
no.
No.
That's pretty fun. Except it's got
Well-
some problems.
I'm on the side of the dolphins. I'm on the side of that sea otter who's stealing people's surfboards.
Oh, I love
the
that.
orcas destroying yachts. I
Yeah.
want them all to win.
Let me tell you something. Don't be too on the side of the dolphins. Nick knows this. A bunch of them tried to fuck me back in the day.
That's true.
So
They are like sexual creatures.
They're horny.
They're horny.
I wore a very bright bathing suit,
Uh-huh.
and they were very interested in me. I've told this story a lot. On
You
the
have.
podcast, and they like pulled me underwater, and they like the marine biologist, which this is funny because this is something I wanted to do. They gave me a floaty, so thanks a lot. The dolphins trying to fuck me, you gave me a floaty,
Mhm.
and should give me some protection, Wags.
Mm.
Toss in a mini
Yeah.
Magnum, and
A mini Magnum?
I'm gonna try
For
to.
you?
Yeah,
For
no,
the
I'm saying a
dolphin.
mini Magnum.
For you?
Yeah,
I heard the
thought
mini.
For the dolphin.
There's Magnums and then mini Magnums.
Who was trying to fuck who?
Who gets a
Oh.
mini Magnum? Yeah,
That's what I'm
Like,
curious about.
I was like a mini, like small for a dolphin, but big for a dolphin. But
Yeah.
Look, I'm not
painting
trying
an
to fuck the
unclear picture
Dolphins,
here.
but if they're interested and things start happening, I don't know. What, am I not going to take advantage of it? It was really wild.
and that's what that lady did in the 70s. She was like, the dolphin was into it, so I fucked the dolphin, and I'm proud.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm pregnant. I was like, oh my God. Where's this half man, half dolphin child somewhere
mean,
up there?
I do believe those things exist.
I kind of do too.
There's probably one or two of them.
Yeah.
There's one or two of them.
The,
for sure.
the movie Day of the Dolphin, the premise is, and the movie's not as fun as the premise, but the premise is that there is so dolphins have been like taught like kind of like Coco the gorilla style to like speak some rudimentary English and understand
Yeah.
some commands. They can communicate that way.
This is also the Sequest. There
Yes.
was a dolphin that
Darwin, that's right.
Yeah.
Darwin was the talking dolphin in Sequest. Although I think he has like a neural implant. I think that's what it was.
Roy Scheider,
dang.
back to the seas.
Yeah, man, can't stay away.
The guy can't stay away. Jaws, he says, I'm done with filming on water. Then he's Sequest.
Anyway, so these dolphins are speaking, and they are like super intelligent and are like capable of executing all these tasks. They get one of them, or I think both of them, get kidnapped by terrorists, and the terrorists train the dolphins to suicide bomb the president's yacht.
That's wow.
So like the
Wow.
premise of like dolphin is going to bomb the president's yacht is
Yeah.
like fun, but the movie is not as fun as it sounds.
Let me guess.
Ugh.
They drop a young Mitch into the ocean, distract the dolphins.
Ugh.
Scheider, a water-based actor. I think that honestly would be a lot of fun.
Who are our best water-based actors?
Yeah. Water scares me. So
Roy Scheider's up there.
Scheider's up there.
Water scares you?
I'm not a big I don't like the oceans. I don't like like watching those videos of the people learning to swim for like the Black Panther movie because it was
Yes.
all underwater. Terrified me. Like, why do they need to do that? Like what's her face had like weights on her arms and she's like walking across the bottom of a pool. Like that's scary to me.
Did you like Way of Water?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big-time water movie.
Big time water movie.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I mean, it's in the title, and I'd say the movie is mostly water.
yeah.
I love the ocean. I got to respect her. I also do have a fear of it.
Yeah,
I
very
like
afraid.
when I was younger, I would just not like happily jump in. Now, Massachusetts is way more. I will say this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not promoting it. I am not promoting it, but just want to give a fair warning that this is at the time of this record, it's Shark Week.
It is Shark
So
Week.
you know what? I
Mm.
can't even. It's going to be
Well,
over.
you can talk about Shark Week because it's all reality shows.
That's true.
That's
Those
true.
are non-union productions.
So just watch yourself out there at Shark Week. Just
Be careful.
watch your butt.
Be careful. Because they're doing wild stuff for Shark Week this time.
That's true.
Yeah, they put a bunch of people in like a fake whale carcass
Mm-hmm.
so the sharks would come eat it.
Oh, fuck.
And you see the camera guys being like, "This is so crazy."
That's unnecessary. Yeah.
They're
It
going
is
with that.
very unnecessary.
They're going. They're
What a
really
stunt.
upping it. Jason
Yeah.
Momoa.
Oh
hosting-
yeah. Jason Momoa is hosting Shark Week.
Mm.
That's like real money for Shark Week.
Probably taped in advance, one would hope. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to be a lot of horny great whites out there when Momoa's in charge. I'm just saying.
Like
As a hunk.
I wouldn't say he's one of our greater water-based actors, even though I know he had
He's
a water-based
Aquaman.
role.
He's
Yeah, he's
Aquaman,
Aquaman,
yeah.
but he wasn't selling me on the ocean side of things.
Yeah.
All right, our greater water-based actors. Look,
Free Willy, he's up there.
Oh, for sure.
I was going to
sure.
say Cameron is, of course, the water-based director.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, can anyone even top
please.
him?
No.
It's impossible.
The man
guy-
has been to the bottom of the ocean like
Yeah.
80 times.
I'm
He
trying
knew.
to think.
He knew about the sub. He knew everything.
Yeah.
Andrew Stanton, maybe, who directed Finding Nemo.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's good.
I'd say Halle Bailey, who just did The Little Mermaid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, she did a lot of that stuff actually underwater.
Do we get?
So-
Do we give a nod to Leo just as the Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Winslet over Leo because Winslet's also in Way of
In
Water.
Way of
Yeah.
Water, Winslet is one of our great
And
water
Winslet
actors.
sur-
All these
survives the
films are
waters.
flawed. There's nothing.
And yes.
Yeah,
None
we
of
have
these
notes
films are
on all
perfect.
of
And we have
these.
criticisms for all of these films and are not discussing them as fans.
Yes.
It's right, and it makes sense we can mention these and not anything that you're in. Are we in trouble?
You know what? I'm going to be sure to watch what you're in just so I can criticize it and talk about it.
It'd be funny if you sent me a mail and you're like, that sucked. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I think Winslet does go to the top of one of our great water-based actors.
Yeah.
And then
She's on Mount Gushmore? What do we call that?
Oh.
Jesus
That
Christ.
sounds
Gosh,
gross.
come on.
That's a mistake I would make, you
That sounds
fool.
gross.
Yeah, Gushmore.
All right, it is Mount Gushmore because we
Yeah, now
have
you-
no time to think of a
Yeah,
better
you can't. I can't fix that in time. And I'm a writer. I'm on strike. I can't fix your idea right now.
one. We got Roy Scheider. He's
Scheider,
he's
sure.
up there. We
Yeah.
got Kate Winslet so far.
Yeah.
Can we round this out?
Flipper?
But that
I-
okay.
what
You don't
Did he
think you don't think dolphins count?
I mean, I guess if dolphins
Yeah.
count, then I guess Free Willy's in there too. I mean, then it's over.
And then I would say Jason Statham because of the movie we can't talk about. But
Jason Statham was one I was
Oh,
thinking
sure,
about. For
yeah.
a second.
And more
'cause,
contemporary pick.
yeah, I feel like he's very good at all the underwater action stuff.
Well, that makes me think, like, do you go all the way back to, like, some silent film star?
The Black Lagoon actor.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Well, like Buster Keaton had I watched it. I can't remember the name of it, but Buster Keaton has like a big underwater movie.
Oh,
The hell is that
wow.
movie?
We should put, and also
The Great
rest in
Sequest.
peace. Is it Jonathan Brandeis? Is that his name?
Oh yeah,
Sequest.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rest in peace,
The Navigator. That's the movie. The Navigator.
Navigator.
Navigator's a great water movie.
Huh. Yeah, I can't think of any other water movies.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh my God, good pick.
Oh.
Casey. I was trying to think. I was thinking of like 90s, like Deep Rising, and rest in peace to
Yeah.
what's his name? The star of it. What's his name? The star of Deep Rising who just passed away?
I don't think I know Deep Rising. I was thinking of Sphere
Blue Sea?
and Deep Blue Sea.
Sphere, another good one. Yeah.
Deep Rising, Treat Williams.
Treat
Treat
Williams just passed away. Rest in peace, Treat.
TJ Miller.
You know what? I think we put TJ
Miller's up there. Miller's unfortunately up on Gushmore. There's
Yeah, sorry,
Just-
but he wasn't
he qualifies.
underwater, and that
TJ
has
also
to
on
count.
Train More.
How about the lady? The lady in the water.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's what's his name's daughter? It's
M Nights.
no.
Yeah.
It's Ron Howard's daughter.
Oh, Ron,
Bryce
yeah, Bryce
Dallas.
Dallas Howard,
yeah. I always forget they're related.
Bryce Dallas.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one? That's not the one where the lady has sex with a fish?
No,
Shape
that's
of
The
Water.
Shape of
That's
Water,
the shape
yeah.
of water.
Uh.
Oh well, I'm putting that on there.
Yeah, maybe that one's in there.
Yeah, that guy who played that fish.
And if you want to
Doug
disrespect
Jones,
these
right?
actors, you can watch these movies now. If you want to disrespect these actors, right, Wags?
I think you can watch things.
Yeah, because they are
There's-
saying watch
yeah.
stuff. They're not saying like cancel your subscription.
Yeah, there's no explicit boycott of
You
on the
can't
consumer
tell
side.
people to watch stuff,
Yes.
but people can watch things.
Yes.
Water movies are cool as hell. They must be a huge pain in the ass to shoot.
Oh, absolutely.
Doug Jones is the guy.
Like
Doug-
Waterworld, that went so over budget because it was so expensive.
That's
Fuck.
true.
So that Costner maybe jumps right up there.
I kind of was thinking,
The
I was
Mariner?
shocked we hadn't let that enter the conversation, Costner, Waterworld, but I mean, it is probably the only water movie that had a ride or a show at Disney.
No, that's true. I wonder, like, is that but is that Costner's only water movie? Like, is like
Okay, yeah.
you need to
yeah.
have
more
like a
than
run.
one to
Yeah.
really solidify yourself.
I haven't seen. Look, Field of Dreams. Is there any water at all? It rains, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
there is
probably
water
some rain.
involved in some
Sure.
way. I don't know.
I can't think of any other Kevin Costner movies beyond those
Dances
two.
with Wolves. I
Oh,
don't know if there's water
sure.
involved there.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else.
Wasn't he just in They/Them? No, that was Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
Okay.
Bacon. Kevin Bacon.
I was gonna say Trouble with a Curve, but that's Clint Eastwood and Hilary Swank. But he does have a baseball movie. Draft Day? Is there water in Draft Day?
There might be water on Draft Day. Also, rainouts.
Man.
That's a big part of it. I think Costner maybe gets
I
pushed
think,
up.
okay, Costner's
Yeah.
up
With-
there.
with-
Costner's
I
up
feel
there.
like-
With Draft Day and Field of Dreams, there is water involved.
There
with at
is.
least
Yeah.
like watering the field.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that does push Costner into the Gushmore.
Okay, great.
I think that's Gushmore level work. Yeah, I can't. I'm not seeing The Bodyguard. Somebody's
I'm
getting
looking-
wet during that movie, but it's not an ocean.
I think that counts too. Wags, I thought you were gonna say who's the porn actor you always refer to? The guy.
Peter North?
Yeah, North. North is also. We'll put North on Gushmore.
North is an honorary mention. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at the Postman, Tin Cup, Wyatt Earp. I mean, none of these are like big water movies.
Message in
necessarily.
a Bottle.
Oh my God!
The
there you
message in the bottle comes from the ocean.
Yes.
That's
100%.
true. Oh my God, Castaway.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Castaway, Wags.
go. And he's Captain Phillips.
yeah.
Oh my God, Hanks sneaking up into Gushmore.
might
Tom
be on
Hanks made his
Gushmore.
way there.
Is
every
Hanks
time.
kicking out Costner, kind of like a real, like
I
reflecting
bet
real
if
life?
you really thought about it, Tom Hanks probably has more water things. Oh, wasn't he in Splash?
He was in
Yeah,
Splash.
he was in Splash.
Oh
Hanks
my
might be
God.
on Gushmore.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I will look. We got to figure this out, Mitch. You have not played your drop yet. I think this is the latest into the episode without you playing your drop that we have ever gone.
And Forrest jumps into he's a fishing boat captain.
It's true. Yeah,
Oh,
he's a big
yeah.
Oh my
Hanks is on
God.
Gushmore.
Hanks is on
Hanks
Gushmore.
is definitely on Gushmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We could end the episode here.
Just blew a lot of minds. Oh, that's Hanks for you.
Howdy ho to Spoon Nation. Here's a little drop. Emma, hit him with a drop.
Not a lot of tots. 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 Not a lot of tots and a lot of bear tots. Not a lot of tots and a lot of bear tots. Not a lot of tots and a lot of bear tots.
Was that your experience, Henley, or was that our particular Domino's?
I
A
liked
lot
it.
of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Hey, Doughboys. Kenny, a.k.a. Kendo, and the D-A-U-X.
Kendo.
Yeah, Kendo. I said it right.
Kendo.
And the Discord here. Hey, Kendo.
Kendo.
Despite what you say, I think your podcast is very good.
Okay.
Thanks for all the laughs. Thanks,
Ken.
Kenny.
A little from our Too Scary Didn't Watch episode where we did the Domino's tots. I think that's where that was from. I don't remember the context, but I like listening to it. What do you think? Like, are
I
you
was
gonna?
just thinking of like his mom finding him and he's dead from listening to the podcast. Like, oh my God, you killed Kenny.
Oh, okay.
He's shouting that at the Doughboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bastards. That's his dad or
That's
whatever.
his
I
dad.
don't know. I don't know. I have no idea but I was trying to figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My
that-
head is still in Gushmore land, though,
Yeah.
to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Do you think you're gonna be like dragged before like a SAG-AFTRA tribunal? Be like, so during the strike you were
Yes.
speculating on microphone about a Mount Gushmore
About a Mount Gushmore.
with a bunch of different movies cited.
Named so many movies that you were not critical about. We could tell
Glenn
when you
Close
mentioned
is on the
Splash.
tribunal.
Yeah.
All of A24. Wait a minute. I did something wrong? All right.
It's like we could tell when you talked about Meg, you really liked that movie. And honestly, I just watched it for the first time,
Yeah.
and I actually did enjoy it. But I also felt there were things that could have been fixed.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know,
There are a lot
I
of things that could
also
have been
felt
fixed.
like the tone throughout uneven.
Look, this is the issue, Wags. This is why the creatives have to be paid. Shark movies rule. We
Love
want
a
some
shark movie.
We want some good shark
We
movies.
want good shark movies.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My buddy Doyle, who I ran into on the picket line, we worked together back on the Sarah Silverman program on Hulu, and
Bob
she
Doyle.
was not Bob Doyle. She is a huge shark fan, like a huge shark movie fan. Was
Oh,
telling me
that's
about all these
cool.
shark movies. I was like,
Yeah.
this is fucking unbelievable. Like,
Yeah,
there's such-
shark
there's a-
movie people, they love their shark movies.
There's a
They're
canon,
thing.
yeah.
There's a whole community of shark loving people, and the sequel to the movie we already talked about coming out next month, that's like their Barbenheimer or whatever.
Yeah. I like shark movies. I'm afraid of sharks, but I like shark movies.
Yeah.
Mitch.
Like Have you been to Universal where you can see the shark from Jaws?
I've
and
been
yeah,
to Universal. I've seen the shark from Jaws. Yeah,
it's a good time.
I've been seeing that since I was a kid. Come on.
Well,
What's going on over there?
I know that shark quite well.
Okay.
Our guest today, the host of TV I Say with Ashley Ray, her debut comedy album,
his
Ice
gears-
Cream Money,
Bruce's
releases this
gears
fall.
are all gunked up again.
Hey.
Mitch, her debut comedy album,
Sorry.
Ice Cream Money, releases this fall. Ashley Ray. Hi, Ashley.
Hey, I am so glad to be here to be introduced. It's just, I felt I did the rude thing. I jumped in early, but how could I not when we were talking Gushmore?
It was
I
great.
think it was
Come on.
great. And
Yeah.
also, I'm sorry when he was talking about you, I talked about how Weiger fucked the shark so much that they had to clean out its inside.
Yes, we got it. Yeah,
Oh,
we understood.
Yeah. With
Did they update that? Is Bruce still kind of like the classic Bruce scare on the Universal ride, or
I don't think there's a new
Or is it now,
animatronic
like-
or anything.
No, yeah,
Is
I
there
think
now
it's
like a
still. I mean, I
LCD
took my
thin or-
nephew like a year ago, and
Yeah.
that was still the thing they were doing.
Kong got upgraded quite a bit. Kong got a little bit of a facelift. He
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah, and then they keep the Superstore set, and that's like what you get to walk around through.
Oh,
That's
it's
fun.
Superstore? Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, this is so cool. It's like a fake store, but for a show that we canceled.
Yeah.
So
Ashley.
Kong, I think Kong might have gotten his hand on some Ozempic. He looks nice and slim.
I mean,
Those celebrities love it. They've
they
all been
love
doing it.
It's
Kong, we like you big.
I know.
Kong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Embrace who you are. Ashley, I want to talk about two restaurants that you pitched as options. We can't cover them
Yeah.
because they're not in LA, but I do want to get your takes on these.
Yes.
One we're familiar with and we've covered on the podcast, which is Whataburger. You were born in Texas, that's
Yes,
correct.
Born in
and-
Texas,
yeah.
so Whataburger has meant a lot to me and my family just throughout my life. I moved to Illinois when I was like 2 years old, but my family all stayed down there. I have brothers and sisters who are like 20 years older than me. So like every time I go back home, my first stop is Whataburger
Wow.
every single time, which I think is better than In-N-Out. I think it's better than Burger King. I think it's better than McDonald's.
Wow.
Whataburger is that place. They have the best sweet tea, the best breakfast. Like their cinnamon rolls are so good. And they had that Dr. Pepper milkshake. Where else are you getting a Dr. Pepper milkshake?
Right. No, that's definitely a trump card of theirs. What's your
The
order
way
when
people
you go
say
there?
Whataburger, it sounds like it belongs on Gushmore. It almost sounds like Waterburger.
It does
It
sound
does,
like Whataburger.
Whataburger, and like my relatives with really thick Southern accents, it's like what Whataburger, and you're like, that's yeah. My go-to order is the A1 sauce burger that they
Okay.
have.
All right.
This is a specialty menu item. It is not there all the time, but it's a good A1 sauce, grilled onions, pretty simple, Swiss cheese, which is a nice little twist on it. And then, of course, I like to get the Texas toast when I'm at Whataburger because you
Oh,
get
sure.
options.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We loved it when we were there.
What a great
I
time.
think it's a
Yeah.
Golden Play Club if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, we went when also we were afraid of angry Texans, so that also probably governed
Yes.
colored our opinion
What's
a little
your fork score? They loaded their gun.
bit.
I do think anytime I've been to a Whataburger, there is like a scary situation that happens.
Right.
Where like I think the last time I was at one, someone fully came in with their gun and was like demanding more of their fancy ketchup because they gave them the other ketchup instead of the fancy
Baldwin.
ketchup. Which yeah. Which, I mean, you got to get your ketchups right.
You gotta.
Yeah.
They should count. No, don't get into it. Sorry, we might have to edit some of that out.
Okay, so Whataburger is one option. The other one
Yes.
is a Rockford, Illinois local institution that I had
Yes.
never heard of, and I'm now fascinated by because I was looking at their
Okay.
website, look at their offerings. Beef-A-Roo. What a name.
Beef-A-Roo.
Wow.
Beef-A-Roo, baby. Best fast food in the country.
Wow.
It
Whoa,
is
whoa.
the crown jewel of my hometown, Rockford, Illinois.
Wow.
Imagine if Arby's was actually good.
How dare you?
I mean, come on.
I like Arby's.
How
but
dare
you're
you?
supposed
I
to
You're
don't
agree
saying
with me.
mind
best fast food in the
Arby's.
country. Do you know who you're talking to?
Yes, I do, and that's why I'm saying it. You have to go to Rockford, Illinois, which is not an easy thing to do. You have
the
to
Rockford
fly.
Files? Is that what the Rockford Files
His
are?
name was Rockford,
Oh.
but that is a
Yeah.
point that people often confuse.
And there was
Damn it.
investigating a lot of Beef-A-Roo incidents.
Yeah, there was a
Like-
lot of beef being rude,
know
and
I gotta say it. Put Put them on Gushmore.
yeah. Beef-A-Roo, it started in Rockford as a little chain that blew up, and then like when I was in high school, there were 5 Beef-A-Roos, but each one, what they do is each one has a different theme. So like one was your 1950s Beef-A-Roo, and they had, like people, like all the workers wore like poodle skirts and stuff, and then they had a firehouse Beef-A-Roo that was based on like the first firehouse that was built in Rockford, and they had like a rock and roll Beef-A-Roo. So you and your friends could be like, what's your favorite Beef-A-Roo? Personally, I was the fan of the 1950s one. That was closest to my house. But their big thing is like they do a beef sandwich, kind of like Arby's, their cheese fries.
I like the follow-up explanation of I like the 1950 ones. It was closest to my house. I'm like, I get that.
Yeah. It truly was just that.
You like the theme too? I mean, like I love Mel's Drive-In, I guess, and that's like 1950s diner vibe.
And I liked the theme. Some would probably say today the best one is the Firehouse Beef-A-Roo. It's a little fancier. It's on the east side. But what makes the Beef-A-Roo experience is that, like, you get to your table, and this isn't your classic fast food. No, they walk around with, like, wet naps and Andy's chocolate mints.
Oh, wow.
And they hand those out. And to me as a child, an Andy's chocolate mint was the fanciest, finest chocolate that anyone could have or give you.
That's really good.
And that you were just they were just handing these out. I was like, this is the fanciest fast food experience in the country. Okay.
That would have blown my mind because I associate an Andy's mint with like it's like Christmas at Grandma's.
At Grandma's,
like a special chocolate we're getting.
And it's like this special moment where you're like, I had my Beef-A-Roo and now I get my Andy's chocolate afterwards. It's so special. Like, I couldn't even tell you my go-to order there because it changes so often. Like, their burgers are good. They do this, like, fried pork chop sandwich that's so good.
I'm looking at that, the pork tenderloin
That's
sandwich.
my mom's favorite thing to get. She gets that, just onions and mustard. Big fan of their cheese fries. And then they have this special salt that they make that's, I don't even know what's in it. It's like a Beef-A-Roo salt, but it's like kind of seasoning salt with a little more cayenne. And you put that on the cheese fries. Or you want to be healthy, they got broccoli. Yeah, and their broccoli with cheese is also very
with cheese
good.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the name Beef-A-Roo. It sounds like
name.
It sounds like an old-fashioned term too. Of like it sounds like something from the 1910s or something. And also sounds kind of like, I don't know, it sounds like a great movie name or something. Like
Beef-A-Roo.
There's something about the name that I love, Wags.
Well, I think of a kangaroo, except you replace the kang with beef.
Oh
yeah.
Like a Beef-A-Roo.
Yeah, so it sounds like kind of an Australian term.
Yeah, like maybe it's like one of those weird Australian versions of an American restaurant.
Oh yeah, like
maybe we're not sure. It might be what they call
Burger King.
It might be what they call cows in Australia. We're not sure.
Like they'd be like, oh, an Arby's in Australia is a Beef-A-Roo, and you'd be like, oh, that makes sense. But instead, it is just this weird little chain restaurant in northern Illinois and parts of southern Wisconsin. That is now actually spread. I think they're opening a location in Dallas, which my family is excited about. But I am a little sad that it's like spreading out to the rest of the world.
Remember in that movie Twister when the Beef-A-Roo got shot all around the screen?
That's what they call cows.
That's what they call cows.
No, I get it.
Yeah. You remember that in Twister? The Beef-A-Roo went for a willy-nilly ride, didn't he?
Yeah.
I am on Arby's defender, but I see what you mean about this being like a better Arby's because they have a beef and cheese sandwich there. They have like a beef and cheddar that just looks like a plussed up beef and cheddar. It looks like just a better execution.
Yeah, it's just really better execution. Yeah. I know that I think their big thing was like they pay more than most fast food places. So it's people who like genuinely are like, oh, I like working here and I'm going to make this kind of whatever fast food really good. I like to believe, that's my belief when I walk into a Beef-A-Roo, that everyone loves it and we are all having the best time. And then I get my Andy's chocolate mint and it's just, there's no better experience.
What a hoot.
Anytime I go back home, it is my first stop. It is like, I gotta hit the Beef-A-Roo.
Wow.
I should have said a Beef-A-Roo went round the twist. Don't they say round the twist? Isn't that an Australian thing?
Do they? I don't know.
There was a TV show when I was young. Like, remember there was an Australian TV show called Round the Twist?
What? Why wouldn't we know this? There was an Australian.
Did it re-aired in America?
I'm almost sure that this is like such a weird memory that's coming back. Was Round the Twist a TV show?
You are absolutely correct.
Australian TV show?
Starring Mark Mitchell.
This is probably why I even know it.
A 1990 comedy that ran for 4 seasons. See,
Pony
this
Twist
is
three
what
children.
SAG is gonna get you for. They're like, were you promoting Round the Twist, an Australian children's comedy drama?
Residuals were Round the Twist went skyrocketed.
Although
after the
to
mention.
clarify for you, the name of the family is the Twist family, so I guess it was around them.
So maybe it's not a term.
Yeah, I think it was just like around.
Yeah.
Twist.
Aussies are gonna love it. They're gonna love that we brought up Round the Twist.
Let me read you this episode description. This
Okay.
episode aired June 27th, 1989. This is a Round the Twist episode entitled Without My Pants.
So I'm 6 years old,
So
about
you're
to be
6 years
7.
old,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you're watching the episode where this is what happens. This is a synopsis. When Peach touches Shovel, a ghost dog, he finds himself unable to say anything without adding the phrase, "without my pants." This leads Pete, Lyndon, and Bronson on a hunt to find the bones of Ben Byron, Shovel's master.
I gotta get this on. I gotta
Yeah.
buy this.
This has to be on YouTube. So he sees a ghost dog.
Sees a ghost dog, he touches him, and then he can't say anything without saying "without my
Without
pants."
my pants.
That's his curse.
So like, I'm hungry, Mom, without my pants.
So they got to go exhume the corpse of the Shovel's departed master.
Oh.
Why does that
okay.
stick in my head? And then I'm like, what was my dad like?
We'll be back with more Doughboys. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, Mitch, we both felt uncertain about where we're going in life. I think this is a universal thing, what the right path is, how to get through it. And sometimes in life, you're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, should I go this way? Should I go that way?
Mm-hmm.
Should I zig? Should I zag? I don't know.
Wags.
Hey, sometimes you just don't know.
That's right, Wags. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life, so you can move forward with confidence and excitement.
Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. You know, Mitch, I've benefited from therapy. I think you have as well.
Uh-huh.
It's transformative for me, for my mental health.
I think that I'm a better person when I'm in therapy, Wags. It is always helpful to me. You get the gunk out of your head. That's what I
true. And we know a lot of our loved ones, a lot of our friends have benefited from the same thing. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself.
Well, Wags, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/doughboys today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/doughboys.
Wags, our next partner is Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. I gave AG1 a try because I want a better gut health and immune system support. I was getting sick left and right, Wags. But I hated taking pills, vitamins, and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. And that's AG1. I take AG1 in the morning before starting my day. Well, the morning for me, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes noon. But all you got to do is put it in a big glass of water, mix it up, drink it down, and I start my day, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good for my body, like I'm giving my body the nutrition it craves in one cup.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with a supplement routine that comes with a bunch of different products, but AG1 makes that so much easier. AG1 was designed with ease in mind so you can live healthier and better without having to do a lot. It's the healthiest thing you can do in under a minute.
AG1 is powerful because it's so easy to fit into your lifestyle. It's one scoop of powder mixed with water once a day. I sometimes do it in my yogurt smoothies, Wags.
That's fun.
And then I
Nice
just
change of pace.
Drink some water afterwards. It's perfect.
AG1 has been a part of millions of mornings since 2010. AG1 gives you increased energy and mood support, making it easy to live your best life.
Wags, when I get my AG1, it comes right to my door.
Wow.
It's easy. It's in a box. I open it up, put it in my cabinet. I'm using it every morning. It's easy to get, easy to use.
You know what I like? Them
Yeah.
single-serving travel packs.
Wags, you
don't
read
wanna
my
miss a day
mind.
on the road.
Mhm.
You and I are traveling sometimes. Mix that powder into some water, shake it up, drink it first thing in the morning. That's it.
Wags, it's really simple to take everything you need and take care of your body. It's great.
If you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/doughboys. That's athleticgreens.com/doughboys. Check it out. Welcome back to Doughboys. We're here with Ashley Ray. And Mitch, A couple things happened during the break.
Uh-huh.
The first thing is, and I want to get to this in a second, but Ashley told me you went to college at Williams College in Massachusetts.
Yes.
So there was a
Wow.
Massachusetts
Yeah.
connection.
Massachusetts
Wow,
Connect.
hell yeah. Did you like it?
I did. I loved living in Western Mass. I think like
It's a party out there.
it's a weird little party.
yeah. Hippie, they can be hippie dippy out there. A little
Yeah,
bit.
I was in the
Yeah.
hippy dippy part, and then you would go like 20 minutes south to North Adams, and it was like, oh, that's where they make the meth. And
That's
there's
where
like,
I was, baby.
yeah, there was like a part on our campus where you could touch Vermont, Massachusetts, and New York all at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
that far northwest. And so our biggest like cities were like North Adams, Pittsfield. That was like, we're going somewhere.
Wow.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
ever been to Four Corners National Monument?
No, but I've,
Stood in 4 states at once. Pretty cool.
was it cool?
Yeah. Honestly,
it seems
I
like
loved it.
it seems like one of those things where I'm like, I really want to do that, and I
Yeah.
always expect people to be like, it's really not worth it. But every time people are like, it's totally worth
Fucking
it.
rocks.
It's so
fun.
cool. You stand in 4 states at once. Like, and yeah, that's what we did in Western Massachusetts because there was nothing around for like 30 minutes from my
Wow.
campus. Like the closest grocery store was like a 30-minute drive. We got a Dunkin' Donuts like
Oh,
my
yeah.
sophomore year, and that was huge.
Okay, so you get a Dunkin', and
Yeah.
this is before
Game
Dunkin'
changer.
has gone nationwide. So this is like something of a novelty at the time.
Yeah, it was like
Game changer.
yeah, it was a game changer. Like I remember kids, and it still wasn't very close to campus. Like it was still probably like a 20-minute walk, but it's still kids were like, we gotta wake up early. We gotta get like if an event on campus had Dunkins, that's how you got people to go there.
Wow.
Was just being like, we got the little like donut holes. We're doing this Munchkins, and you would get every kid on campus to actually show up. So
Do you still have a lot of fandom towards Dunkin'? Does that hold a place in your heart?
yes. Yeah, I'm a big Dunkin' girl.
Sorry.
There we go. I hit my microphone very awkwardly trying to
That was
do
my
it.
fault.
A fist bump was
A fist
executed.
bump was tried.
I was excited about it.
I love Dunkin'.
Dunkin's good.
Okay, and since we're talking about it,
Yes.
let's talk about how Dunkin' took ham off their menu. Because I'm upset about this.
That's
I've been
insane.
angry for months, and nobody cares except for me and 4 people on Reddit who talked about this. But my go-to was always the English muffin with ham and cheese, side of the little wonderful hash browns they make. Love their hash browns.
I'll tell you, when I was a boy, my go-to order was ham, egg, and cheese on a bagel.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
loved it. That was it.
Well, guess what?
It's gone.
Guess what? Tell little kid you, sorry, dream crush, because
You
they
will be
got rid of
crushed.
ham.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's
Watching
'cause-
Round the Twist with bacon on my sandwich instead.
No, nobody wants that. And this
Yeah.
is the thing, because so many people, when I tweeted about this, were like, Ashley, calm down. Maybe they just don't want to do pork products anymore. But they still have bacon.
100%.
They still
Yes.
have bacon. They still have their gross maple sugar bacon that I
Yes.
hate. But they don't have ham anymore. And do you know how hard it is to find a good ham, cheese, English muffin in the city of LA?
Yeah.
It is nearly impossible.
That's
Yeah, it's
unfortunate.
nothing you see around here often. But Mitch, because I know you as something of a ham skeptic, but in this context, you like ham.
I maybe I've never revealed this before. That was my go-to for a long time. Ham,
Wow.
egg, and
Yeah.
cheese on a plain bagel.
Wow.
I was saying ham dinner. I was more of a ham skeptic on.
That I can
And-
understand. It's
Sure.
and like
too dry.
and also like a ham sandwich. I would go a different way than a ham sandwich a lot of the time. But I like
Yeah.
ham.
Yeah.
Especially when you God, Wags, I loved there was a ham and cheese omelet I used to love too. I love
yeah.
nice that it levels out when you put it with
To me,
eggs. The saltiness works great with the eggs.
ham and
Sure.
cheese is the best breakfast combination to me. A ham and
It's
cheese
good. It's
croissant, ham and cheese toasty. There's a lot you can do with that. And for Dunkin' to just throw this out the window, I
mistake.
hope they hear me. I hope they're listening. I'm angry. I'm upset. Bring back ham.
Wow.
Bring back
I like it.
ham.
You heard it, Duncan. Bring back ham.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
Then just south of you said Heisenberg and his boys were making meth down south, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, now you have to go out to Heisenberg to make the ham.
To get the ham. The ham
That's how it
Zinberg.
works. It's now illicit. It has to
Yeah.
be manufactured
That
in
seems
like a.
like it.
That's what
Trailer?
it seems like.
Wow.
Because if you're in LA trying to get ham, people are like, "Do you have a permit for that?" They hate it here. They hate it.
Yeah, smoke that ham hock in a motorhome. Get it
Yeah.
out of here.
Even-
This is-
Have you been to Muffin Can Stop Us?
Wait, there's an actual Muffin Can Stop Us?
Dear
in real
Lord,
business?
that's what it's called.
It is called Muffin Can Stop Us,
That
which
rules.
my friends refuse to call it that. Like, I'll be like, you want to get breakfast? You want to go to the place I love? And they're like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not. But it's Muffin Can Stop Us. And their whole thing is like they do English muffin sandwiches, but they don't do ham and cheese.
Oh, wow.
Why?
Yeah, that's a glaring omission.
Why? Yeah.
Muffin Can Stop Us. I must have been in that writer's room.
Yeah. Muffin Can Stop Us. It's up there with like Love You Latte in terms of, yeah.
No, that's good stuff.
But honestly, I do kind of love going, Muffin Can Stop Us every time I order from there. So I'm the problem.
Muffin Can Stop Us. It's fun to say.
It's really fun.
We could get Saul on the line.
Yeah.
Dunkin, bring back
Right.
ham.
Honestly, I do think it was like my Massachusetts time that made me really love Dunkin' because
Wow.
Starbucks like doesn't even compare to me, and they
1,000%.
yeah, they also no longer have ham, but
Starbucks
theirs was
is-
nowhere near as good.
We don't like Starbucks.
I prefer-
I vowed to never go back into a Starbucks.
Wow.
Starbucks is, I mean, like, it's so
Union
ubiquitous.
bashing.
It's so ubiquitous. It sucks.
Yeah.
They're union busting, and they've just been slow rolling. The way they've been doing it, I read a piece about this. They've basically been just like dragging their feet, and because the enforcement is so limited, you probably read the same thing, that it's just like they can just wait out these stores that organize, and it's depressing. I don't love Starbucks because it's so ubiquitous. Sometimes you're like at an airport and it's like, this is the coffee option that's available. Those are the instances. But I generally prefer, I always prefer Dunkin'. I think Dunkin' is a better option.
Yeah.
It's because they got some of the best fast food breakfast and better coffee.
Better coffee. Their hash browns are so good.
Great hash
I had
browns.
a big burp a second ago from our restaurant. I
Did
got
you
a
do
soda.
another mic?
I kind of did,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So people maybe notice.
We
But
could
look,
have edited it out.
no, that's all right.
I mean, if you're listening, I probably want some of that.
Yeah,
that
I
adds
wanna
like
hear
the
a burp
flavor.
every
It
so
adds the
often.
texture. You know.
I agree. We went to the restaurants. A part of
You
it.
want the experience. You want to hear me chew. You want to hear me swallow. You want to hear me burp.
Some people really do
They
like
really
that.
do like that.
They do.
We went to today's restaurant and I said to Sus where I've been eating well, and then
You
Sunday
said to Susser, who showed up at the restaurant.
So I said I have a surprise for you guys,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then I came to the restaurant with Sus, and Sus
this
was
is-
not
this is
shy
the-
about eating any of the food.
No, not at all.
And also got ranch on his shirt almost immediately.
Immediately.
And then had ranch on his shirt immediately. And then at the end of the meal, spilled ranch all over the place.
Yeah, speaking of
It's
Peter
all
North,
over the floor.
It was a Peter North,
fucking Peter North ranch all over the floor of this restaurant.
which
And on the like the nice little old style like.
Oh,
booth.
yes.
on
Yeah.
the booth, which he spilled ranch on my couch. Remember we talked about
Oh, I
this
remember
before?
this, yeah.
He left a ranch stain in my couch.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Have you?" He texted me. He's like, "Have you left it yet?" And because it was like, 5 minutes till we were supposed to be there. And I was like, "No, I haven't. I'm leaving now." And so and he was like, "Pick me up." I picked up Sus. He came with me. But I want to say this before we get into restaurant
Yes,
stuff.
because that was the other thing I wanted to bring up that came up during the break.
Okay, you want to say what it is?
No. I mean, you can drive it.
I've never thought about Round the Twist till today,
Yes.
and then it popped into my head, and I think I can kind of sing the theme song still.
Okay, great.
Let's go.
Have you ever felt like this when strange things happen? You're going around the twist. I think that's it.
I mean, that was a stirring rendition of whatever that was. So was this like in Erie, Indiana?
want
Was
you
it
to-
like a
I think it was
strange
like
I mean,
thing?
Erie,
yeah, it's
Indiana,
like it
but-
was this family where weird things happen.
Yeah.
Have you ever-
Although, there is a whole portion on the theme song on the Wikipedia page that I don't know if you were right because it says that the theme song borrowed lines from nursery rhymes such as "There was an old lady who swallowed a fly, Humpty Dumpty,"
Okay.
and I don't know that came through in your rendition.
Okay. Have you ever felt like this? When strange things happen, you're going around the twist. I'm gonna Google it and see if I can get it.
I'm loving that part of it.
Here we go. I'm gonna. Can I play it?
Yeah, play it off
Yeah.
your phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. I'm playing it. Let's see how close I am.
Okay,
I've
great.
not thought about this show at all or heard the theme song. I got an ad.
Of course.
I got a second ad. I gotta get YouTube Premium, huh?
Yeah, they're really loading up ads.
That's a good thing to say during the strike.
Again, there's not a consumer boycott.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so wrong. This is so weird.
It sounds twisted.
Wait.
Yeah.
Mitch, that was pretty good.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about this show in 30 years.
What did this re-air on like in syndication or something? 'Cause I'd
Yeah.
never
It
heard
was
of
on
the show.
Fox.
Never
I
It was
don't
on
know.
Fox.
this.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
What? I don't get it. How can I remember something like that and then be so stupid all the time? It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
It's because your brain is dedicated to things like that instead of like facts.
Yeah, it's like I know so many Weezer lyrics, and for what? For what? What is that gonna get me in life?
Hey, be friends with Matt Apodaca. That's pretty cool.
As a kid, like I always thought that, like I thought it was so important to learn song lyrics because I was like, being an adult, someday someone's gonna come up to you and be like, "Do you know all these song lyrics?" I thought it was just a thing you had to know, and now no, I'm just stupid, and I know songs to Spice Girls albums that no one will ever talk to me about.
I now think that I'm like the Oppenheimer of entertainment.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. And if the president came to you and said, we need
the worst TV show, the biggest bomb.
The biggest bomb. We're going to drop it in another country. I think that that would be the right guy to call. Yeah.
You certainly are interested in the wives of others, so that helps.
Ooh, hey,
me and OPP-Enheimer. That's my letterbox review. Was OPP-Enheimer.
Rick's Drive-In and Out is the chain we visited, a place I've never
really
been.
Talk about that either. Whatever.
You're fine.
You can. I was gonna say, but then you criticized it at the end.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you criticized it.
Need some changes. Okay, here we go. Next.
Rick's Drive-In and Out. Ashley, this was your pitch. This is a small local LA institution. It is second generation. Is family owned. This is a place I was aware of, but I'd never been to. And it's got it's one of those weird things where there are like 4 locations. They all have the same menu, but it's possible that they're under different, a couple of them are clearly owned by the same people. A couple other ones are maybe independent.
I do want to be a stickler here. Yeah. The one in Pasadena has chicken tenders. The one we went to does not.
Okay, so there's a little bit of
the chicken
deviations.
Tenders,
Got it.
Just upsets me as a fan of chicken tenders.
But
can I also say I just love that it's called Drive In and Out.
I love that. It's great.
That's and by the way, a Dave Matthews song, Drive In and Out.
Oh wow.
Drive In and Out. Yeah.
I think it's driving.
Put that on your playlist, Ladybird. Ladybird, crash into me. That's the best you can come up with.
Right.
The trials and tribulations of a white lady going to college.
You had to look. I like Ladybird. This is the thing. I get what you're saying that you want a DMB deep cut, but I feel like you needed something recognizable for a general audience.
And especially that audience has it was for the younger girls.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know Dave.
Yeah.
They don't know the deep cuts.
Yeah.
Okay, this was for the Gen X young 20-something girls.
Right.
I'm in trouble. It's Drive In, Drive Out. Not Drive In and Out. Still, whatever. You get
whatever. Could have worked.
You get it.
So you nailed the Round the Twist theme song.
Yeah.
But your favorite artist, Dave Matthews, you can't remember the name.
Can't remember the name.
Pink Floyd is my favorite music artist.
Got it.
And then
who's
Dave
your favorite
Matthews.
artist?
Yeah.
Renoir?
Yeah, him. Yeah, his paintings were crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Rick's Drive-In and Out, again, second generation family owned. There's a location. I believe the original is in the town of Whittier, which, Mitch, is the hometown of Richard Nixon, famously.
Oh.
Yeah.
No one wittier than him.
Huh. You know, I saw a picture of young Nixon on Twitter recently. Hot. Very hot.
he?
Not gonna be maybe
Nixon.
controversial, but he was an attractive man.
And I feel like he's like the least sexy of all. Like, I feel like he didn't. Oh wait, no.
I mean, he had that head of hair when he was young, like full black, and doesn't look as sinister, but looks more like the bad boy.
See. I've seen this photo of him playing like rugby or something like that.
Yeah. He looks like a real rugby fuckboy.
Oh shit!
He's pretty
see?
handsome.
He
Still
seems
got
like
that-
he seems like the president who fucked the least, though. Maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he aged bad, aged
So
quick.
President Mitchell gets in office.
Yeah, who's the most chaste president? It might be Nixon.
Nixon there's no stories about him as much.
Yeah.
And then there's stories of the old presidents they jacked Ben Franklin was like a free. I mean, he wasn't
he had
president.
kinks.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
saying. I'm saying historical figures.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and he had cameras and recording stuff all over his office. So I
Right.
think if he was doing something weird in there, we would have heard it.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Lincoln is very chaste. I mean, there's
Lincoln was gay.
Well, that's the speculation.
Right.
But then,
I guess he could have been chaste and gay.
So that's I don't know. That's but it seems like he's. Also, I don't want my president fucking as much. I love JFK.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
But
was
I don't want the
fucking.
president fucking all the time.
I feel like FDR was definitely fucking.
He was certainly fucking.
Yeah.
I hate fucking what's his name with Jumbo there. The
LBJ?
LBJ.
LBJ was fucking.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that. Big, huge, bragging about
I
your
feel
huge
like
dick.
LBJ was fucking, but mostly his wife. Like he was probably like a real wife guy, like super into his wife in like a kind of gross
Speaking
way.
of,
What, speaking of wife guys?
no, Lady Bird. Isn't she Lady Bird?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh yeah, she was.
there you
also,
go.
Yeah, she was
Put that on
also
your
her nickname,
playlist.
Lady Bird. Which is why I think they fuck so much, because Lady Bird is like a nickname you give your wife when you're like weird and
Yeah.
kinky.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Yeah.
So this is from Nixon's old stopping grounds, and also their website is great. It's one of those charming, just sort of like we don't give a fuck websites. Where I'll read this copy and we'll put this up in the video.
Not like say birdfuck.com.
Not like birdfuck.com. It's a less thought has gone into it. They have a picture of their pastrami sandwich, and then I'll read this caption verbatim. Have you tasted our pastrami sandwich? I'm a paragraph. Click here to add your own text and edit me. Let your users get to know you. So they like just didn't update the template and just uploaded it as like,
That's
fuck, it's
funny.
fine.
It straight up looks like a website from like 1999, like Angel City, GeoCities, like
Right.
Angel Fire. Like it's wonderful. It tells you all you need to know about like you're just gonna get the basic burger fries
Yes.
experience here.
Yeah.
Don't come for anything fancy, okay? This is Rick's.
What do you really need besides the hours and the address? So it's like
Right.
it's got that. And they also had, and this was a big reason I think it's on a lot of people's radar. In 2021, they put a sign up. They have like a marquee, and the sign just read, "Spaghetti is back."
Yeah.
And people were like, "Let's fucking
Where
go."
did it go?
Yeah.
Was it where did why was
What
it
happened
gone?
here?
And this is when I moved into this
mia.
neighborhood. So that was like
Oh,
my
wow, okay.
introduction, to this restaurant was that I was just kind of like there's other kind of nicer food places, but this place has like a drive-through. And then I see spaghetti is back. And I just am like, first of all, what is this burger place doing making spaghetti?
Right.
I do
I
remember
gotta
that
check
day.
this out.
I did see a bunch of relieved Italians around town.
Yes, I think we all remember this as the day. Just Italian Americans in Los
Right.
Angeles breathed a sigh of relief. Spaghetti was back.
It was like when they hanged Mussolini. It was the same sort of thing, just like
Yeah.
waving flags in the streets.
And then they had spaghetti is back on there for like, I feel like that sign was up for like a year.
Yeah, they didn't change it for a while. And the
Yeah.
context of it was that spaghetti, so this place is, I imagine these exist other places, but I think of this as an LA thing of like the place is not quite a diner. It's not quite a fast food restaurant. You order the
Yeah.
counter, but there's like booths and they have like a dinner menu in addition to like all the, the stuff they'd make on the grill. It's in this weird sort of liminal space of you can't really tell what it is, but
Yeah.
they're kind of everywhere. And they basically streamlined their menu during COVID, which included removing spaghetti, which is part of their dinner menu, because probably people weren't getting it to go as much. At least that's what was speculating.
I'm guessing people aren't getting in a drive-through to get spaghetti.
Yes,
I
yeah.
kind of love that you can get drive-through spaghetti, much like
Yeah.
the restaurant we went to. Remember that one spaghetti, the Italian place that we went where?
Spaghetti to go.
God damn it! You know what I'm talking about. It was a drive. It was like kind of a long
spaghetti to
drive.
go.
Yeah,
I've heard
spaghetti to go.
about
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Fazoli's.
It was a big
Fazoli's. Thank you.
Fazoli's.
Oh
So-
yeah, I've been to one of those.
Can we just for everyone who's listening this episode or watching this episode, we have something's going like haywire with the Headgum technical side.
Headgum is a mess.
So
Can I
Headgum's
just say
a
it,
mess.
Casey? Headgum is a mess.
It's not Casey's fault. Casey's doing his best.
Trying to fix it.
We normally have Emma up on her big screen,
No, keep going.
so she can keep an eye on things.
Keep going. What are you doing?
I know you're doing an aside. It's distracting.
All right,
don't
just
ruin
keep
the
doing
We
your
normally
thing.
have Emma up on her big screen so we can like interact with her. And now, right now, she's like just on she's just coming out of like one of Casey's monitors, so we can't see her.
Yeah.
And we can kind of hear her. But Fazoli's, yes, that came from Emma, from the distant tinny voice of Emma.
Yeah.
Fazoli's, who we. Casey, check your text. Fazoli's, who do we do? For,
What are you up to?
When we did
Also, why is
Fazoli's.
Sting? What is Sting doing
Fazoli's
there?
pretty good.
That's
I was
cool as
wondering
hell.
about this.
Oh, yeah, I brought Sting in.
That's
Wow, that's a Casey.
I'm kind of into it.
Why was
Sting, one of my favorite wrestlers. Like,
yeah.
Sting kicks ass.
Love
I
Sting.
love the addition of Sting. Who do
Thank
we?
you for
I
Sting.
gotta, sorry, I'm
No
not. I don't mean to
problem.
interrupt. I want to talk about Sting, but who did we go to Fazoli's with? And also, we did a thing where we look at me, Wags. We did a thing where we announced something at Fazoli's. I think. Remember, we brought in like a camera.
We announced
And then,
the Doughboys snack pack at Fazoli.
Wise, I
That's how long
told you
ago this
Headgum's
was.
going
Oh, no.
wire. Look at this is
Oh,
insane.
Hollywood
Oh, no.
handbook
Come
out there. Oh my
on.
god.
Headgum's out of control. It's
too
everything
much.
is haywire here.
Looking at this
on.
thumbnail, being like, "What's going on? That's not the
That's
show
not
I'm
the
looking
show
for."
that I wanted. Aw.
Those guys are way too fat to be Hollywood handbook.
But just as smart.
Just as smart. Just as smart.
Sorry, that
No,
when I
but-
was cutting off about Sting, I was trying to get the camera on me for one, so that Casey could put this stupid bullshit together.
Let's just put the 420 Super Sesh up.
we went with Mitra
Go, wait,
Johari.
go back to one more. Oh, Headgum, what's going on? We're going haywire over
Come
here.
on.
What's happening?
Come on. What, so you can come here and make us feel bad about talking about Meg? Come on.
Spaghetti is actually the third most common entree in the United States.
In the United States.
Oh, man,
Actually,
cool.
many Italian Los Angelinos were killed when spaghetti came back.
Oh boy, sorry for joking about that. So this is a place that Mitra Johari was the guest for
Mitra.
Fazoli's.
Oh, that was a great
I love
episode.
Mitra.
A lot of fun.
Oh, and she had such a connection to Fazoli's. She
Yes,
loved
100%.
it.
It was like a childhood favorite.
But what do we do? Didn't we film something in there? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
was
what I'm
going
saying. We announced Doughboys Snack Pack. We shot a video there because it was one of the only times we were
on?
able to get together
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Because it was still, we were coming out of COVID a little
I
bit
think
more,
there
What
was
was
maybe?
in the snack pack? That's what I want to know.
Snack
Oh,
Pack, we had
some fun misadventures.
What a good time. This was a Spotify live show, a quixotic adventure of ours where we got I think 8 weeks into our 20-week run and they canceled us. We're like, we don't want this anymore. Had a bunch of complaints about because we were like, we're going to go on and review snacks every week. And then we literally got notes from them that were like, why are they talking about Kanye West and jacking off? Because we just do our show.
Good question.
Yeah.
We
Good
kind of,
question.
we maybe ended Spotify Live forever.
We
anymore.
did. No, we were part of the press release.
Yeah.
Spotify Live is going away forever. And Doughboys was listed as among
Gabers
the
probably
casualties.
regrets the day that he was like, I'll hook you up with those guys.
Yeah.
We took one of your income revenes away, Gabers, because we
They
fucked it up so
asked me
bad.
to do a Spotify podcast that was really weird. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be some live dating relationship advice show where
yeah.
they would
That's-
have people call in, and I was just like, why do you want me to do this? I don't write about, I'm just mean to people about relationships. And they're like, yeah, we want a modern mean Delilah where people will ask you for advice.
That's really
And
funny.
I was like, I mean, okay.
That's they
was a
probably
weird
wanted our
experience.
show to
Yeah.
be more like that, I'm sure, but
Yes.
they hired 2 incels.
Wait, did you do it though, or you just were like,
Yeah,
no?
we did 3 pilot episodes.
Okay.
And this was definitely after they did that announcement. And then they came back and they were like, we aren't doing any live shows at Spotify anymore. Thanks for doing this, but
Got
we're
it.
just not doing anything. And I was like, okay, cool.
So also the
Sounds like the Doughboys
yeah,
effect.
Yeah,
casualty.
sounds like it was
Sorry.
you guys who
Sorry about
made
that.
me lose that paycheck. And then they gave all of our money to Joe Rogan instead. So is that on you?
Probably.
Yeah.
We give money to Joe Rogan too. Just
Yeah,
monthly.
we're
we
just
do a monthly donation.
subscribe, yeah.
Yeah.
And we subscribe and a monthly donation. Let's talk about Sting
Yes,
because I was
Sting's
trying to
cool.
do that stupid
So
bit.
cool.
You're a fan of Sting? You're a fan of wrestling?
I love wrestling. I'm a big fan of vintage wrestling.
Okay.
Being from Texas and my family's there, World Class Championship Wrestling I think is the best.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very
That
excited for the
rules.
Von Erichs movie
Oh,
that
right. Yeah.
I think will probably have notes too.
It'll have some problems.
It'll have the tone I hear throughout
Yeah.
will need work,
Yeah.
but I am excited for that because I was obsessed with the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Bruiser Brody, that's my kind of
Wow.
generation of I had posters of them on my wall. I have a Bruiser Brody pillow I sleep with.
Whoa.
I love it. I watched the Stone Cold. I was like the Stone Cold documentary, the A&E one.
Oh yeah.
Came on and it came on as like suggested viewing, and then I watched the entire thing, which is like it's a little bit tidy in the way that it doesn't get into they talk about like Stone Cold's like dark period. Like, hey, he had a dark period. And they don't really talk about it too much.
Yeah, and it's like very WWE sponsored.
Yeah,
like
it's like very clean in that way.
Yeah, and that's like the same with that other WWE like wrestler biography show they tried to do where they were just like, you can't talk about any of the drugs or bad stuff. And so it's like, so what is the point of what we're watching here?
Yes, that's so much of that life, I'm sure. Especially back then. I know things maybe have gotten better.
I do think Dark Side of the Ring, a documentary, so I can talk about it, does do a great job. That's who.
Right.
Yeah, I get real obsessed with Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring has some interesting episodes and some very dark stuff.
I suppose they also have some, because now the show is so far in seasons that you can tell they're kind of running out of wrestlers. So sometimes they'll just pick someone who like isn't even that dark or interesting. And you can, every time they just force the guest to say something like, well, you know, if he had made it, he probably would have been as big as The Rock, I guess. And you're like, really? The guy who played a clown is his bit? Like, you want me to believe that,
Doink,
like...
Or Dink.
Yeah, Doink. Yeah.
I forget which one is which.
And they just, like, convince these talking heads to be like, oh, yeah. Like, if things hadn't gone bad for him, he could have been the next Ric Flair. And you're just like, you're lying to make some drama in this.
But from that point on, things got way worse for Gilbert.
Yeah.
For Gilbert.
But that's when things started to go wrong for the junkyard dog. And it's like, yeah, I kind of figured.
There's a thing in the Stone Cold one where they like Steve Austin's like he left because I didn't really watch the end of Stone Cold's career. I was in college and I fell off a little bit. But in 2003, he leaves wrestling and they like buried him. Vince McMahon like went on like the inside WWE All Access or whatever and was like, he took his ball and went home. And then like on the biography, Steve Austin's like, you know, I took my ball and went home. And you're like, you must still be mad at that. Kind of. Like you're not addressing the whole thing. But
exactly.
We're big wrestling fans, especially you got to come with us to PWG at some point.
Yeah.
There's one coming up. I'm very excited.
Great
for
live
it.
show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a Rick's Drive-In and Out because that is the order of the day.
Yes.
So I had to bring up my phone because I took a picture of the receipt and that's the best way to get through everything that we ordered.
Yeah.
We got
which, by the way, when we ordered everything we ordered, you know, especially because you know we had sus there. We had 4 people. We ordered a lot of food.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they
by
said
the way, Sus was like, order something for me. And then when he saw the spread, he was like, I'm going to get something.
Yeah.
He went and ordered something.
We didn't get him a drink.
Tostada, I believe.
He got a tostada.
Which was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I kind of like that he got it because we hadn't gotten any Mexican food specifically.
Yeah, but I thought go with the taco,
100%.
go with the quesadilla. I feel like tostada is kind of a bottom barrel pick at any Mexican restaurant.
It was a strange choice to be like. It just doesn't give me like a sense of what the Mexican food is as much like there. But you know what? I actually think it kind of was a good choice in the end.
He ate the whole thing.
He did.
We had so much food there, but when they said the price, that was the first thing because we had ordered all this food and then they said the price out loud on this long receipt.
Yeah.
And I'll let you talk it out, Nick, because the price was I was like, that's it for everything we ordered?
Yeah. No, it was $72.
Insane.
Which is for, you know, we basically got like for the 4 of us, we got like 10 people's worth of food.
Yeah.
So it's a place you can still, you know, and you can tell by the clientele there. There's a lot of working class people there. I always feel like my judgment of one of these places is like, is there someone there wearing a work uniform? Because that's like an indicator that okay, this is like a place where someone who, you know, works for a living can afford to get their lunch.
Yeah. I, as a striking TV writer, can also afford it.
Right. So here's what we first of all talk through the fried stuff. We got the onion rings, we got the zucchini, and we got the fries. Now they forgot the fries till the end of the meal. We almost didn't ask for them. I'm glad we did because those fries were hitting. The fries were fucking good.
Amazing fries.
Those are great.
They were hit.
They're my favorite fries in LA, frankly.
Yeah. Those are really good. And I mean, they're not particularly salted. I mean, they have salt on the table, but you know, that's just a thing to know going in. But
can I just say a thing I noticed when you gave the fries and I like took a fry out and I saw Susser take a fry out and then he took like 7 fries.
Oh, he grabbed a handful of
He grabbed a handful of fries. And I was like, oh, I thought we were just slowly. It just seems like you're taking your whole portion.
Yes.
But then he ate all those and then he went back for more fries.
He had a lot of fries.
They're good fries. And I will say my favorite way to do it is I do like the ketchup on the side and then I cover my ketchup in salt.
Oh, that's
and then
smart.
I dip
that's
it.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, then
That's
I'm
very
dipping.
savvy.
I saw Susser he was using the ranch from his shirt.
Yeah, I did see that.
I should say the ranch, which comes with the onion rings and the zucchini, both very, very battery. I think that was our big
Yeah.
observation there.
They
It's
make
just-
their own ranch, I think.
Yeah, well, their ranch is great. I do really like their ranch, and I think their ranch is good with the. I was having a blast dipping the fries in the ranch. I mean, that was like the best of the fried sides.
Let me just
the
say
other two
this.
were a little heavy.
I was thrilled Susser came. I loved having Sus.
Love having
Always
him
loved
there.
having Sus there. He was like, there's something going on with the fryer. He didn't want to talk about it too loud.
Yeah.
But I kind of loved the onion rings.
The onion rings were
personally.
good.
I liked them
very
a lot.
battery.
They're very
Yeah.
battery, but they weren't. I wasn't getting the whole things of onion coming out of them. I was biting it, and I was getting a bite, and it was breaking off, and there was onion still in the other part of the onion.
Yeah. And yeah.
I liked it. It was battery, but it reminded me of kind of an East Coast batter on, like kind of light, like a lighter
Yeah.
batter, but it was heavily battered in a light batter. If
Yeah,
that makes
because
sense.
it doesn't have a crunch to it, which is like it's battered and you get that, but there's no like crunchy kind of bit. Which
Yes.
I like. but-
100%. Yeah, it wasn't like
Yeah.
it wasn't like a super bready or I don't know how to explain it that well,
Yeah,
but it was
it's like the kind of thing that where if it was on a wing, it disappoints me when
Sure,
I'm like, this
sure,
is battered,
yeah.
but it's not a crunchiness.
mhm.
But on this, I liked it.
Yes, and
I liked it
I
too.
also I think the technique of the frying, and maybe this speaks to what you were saying, Mitch, is like it didn't fall apart. It was really
Yes.
it was really
Yeah.
cohesive, and then my nightmare. You bite into an onion ring, you bring the whole onion string with you
Yep.
in one bite.
Yeah.
That did not happen with any of these.
Mm-mm.
So that they were really well prepared. If just know they go a little heavy on the batter.
Yeah. But the fries, they're the star.
Fries
Fries were
were
great.
fantastic,
Ah.
and if I just gotten a burger and fries, I would have been in hog heaven.
I'll say this: the zucchini sticks. I got the slippage. I bit into it. It was very hot. Of course, I should have waited to even have a bite of it, and then it was slipping in and out of the batter.
Yeah.
Slipping in.
How are
and
you
out.
doing that motion?
I did. I actually. This is one of the times I actually truly didn't mean to do that, but it was slipping in and out of the. It was slipping
Yes.
in.
It
And out.
was. And for me, I only like a fried zucchini if it's very like thin, like more of a strip. And theirs are very thick, like a fried
thick boys,
pickle.
yeah.
And so, yeah.
I agree. That was there's a little bit of a disappointment. I also you get those vegetables that have a lot of moisture, and then you put them in
Yeah.
a deep fryer, and
Yeah.
they're just like
Yeah.
so hot when you bite into them. It's just an unpleasant experience. So you
Yeah.
gotta like, okay, well, I'll cut it in half and let it come down to room temp.
Yeah.
That's no fun either.
No fun.
Yeah.
I think the other two were the way to go. Okay, let's get into some mains. I'm just gonna list them
Yeah.
out. The famous spaghetti
I'm-
dinner.
Yes.
You did order that.
So I did get the famous spaghetti.
and that comes with a soup.
It comes with a super salad. I decided to go with soup because today was chicken vegetable, and I know it's so good. It is truly my favorite chicken veggie soup.
It looked fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like truly homemade. They kind of do it like a pozole where they put like a whole chicken in there, and it's just cabbage. It's beautiful.
Look good.
It is really,
good.
yeah. I enjoyed the soup more than the actual spaghetti,
Mm.
which I'd never gotten before, and it was just really basic. It's your really basic, just meat sauce spaghetti. It didn't have much kick to it. Jollibee's, I think, is better.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't hate the spaghetti. I tried a bite of your spaghetti.
Yeah,
It reminds me kind of like of some of those like we go to some of those diner places in like Chicago and Detroit and like some of like those Greek diners that have spaghetti or whatever too.
Yeah.
Even like a steak and shake,
Yeah.
has on
Yeah.
their full menu.
I didn't think it was
Yeah.
bad. I don't think it was as good
Yeah,
as some
like-
of those places where we've had spaghetti like that at before.
yeah. It's not bad, but it is the kind of spaghetti where I was like, oh, I want to cover this in cheese.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
like
right.
I need to cover this.
It's
in
no
cheese
Chili
and salt and
John's up
pepper.
in the vat. Have you been to Chili John's?
Yes.
And the Chili John's is great.
Yeah.
We also got I got a turkey burger, and with cheese. We got a patty melt for the table and a hot dog for the table. And Mitch, you got the pastrami sandwich. Let's start with the pastrami sando.
Well, look, this is gonna sound like some sort of euphemism, but I was choking on my pastrami, Wags. I mean that sincerely.
Yeah,
Sincerely.
you did have.
I've like maybe never like since I was a child ever in my life been nervous that I was choking. And this pastrami is like a little bit, it's longer and kind of slippery.
Mhm.
I really loved the taste of it. I think that like there's a bad association with it just because I almost died.
Yeah.
But I was chewing on it and I was like, oh, this is I just took like, it's a big sandwich. I took a pretty big bite, but I was like, oh, I'm trying to swallow. And then it was just like not happening. And I was like, oh no, this is caught in between. I've been in this situation before, not surprisingly, where I've
Yes.
taken a big bite and then been able to swallow. And then I was like, it's not going down. It's not happening. And I was like, and then it was like a thing where I never even felt it in my throat like that, where it was like, my throat was like, just like started to go crazy and was trying to get it down. And I stood up because I was like, I'm about to need the Heimlich maneuver. This is crazy. And then I kind of hit myself here and it went down. But Susser, you thought I was doing
you were
a
doing
bit.
thought
a
you were doing a
bit.
bit.
I just went, we're just like all of that drama is happening. We're just sitting there, and I just see you stand up quickly, and I was like, I don't know, this is part of some bit. Like this is.
You said that if it was called Rick's is the place.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rick's.
If Rick's had taken me out, and I was like, it would be it would be fitting in
It's a
many
sad
ways.
way to go, but
Yeah.
doing what you love, eating pastrami.
Ew.
But I did fully think you were just like doing some bit act out, and I was just like, okay.
I first of all, I look, I'm a jester, of course, Wags. We've relegated ourselves to that
right.
world,
Yeah.
but I've never in my life done like a big show off thing before. But I was like, oh my God, I think this, and I didn't reach from, I think I did sip some stuff, but it was just like, was a sort of choking that I had never experienced since I was a kid. And it was just all sitting there.
Yeah.
It was like my gag reflex was it was like nothing was moving.
No, I know the
Yeah.
feeling.
It was
and
fucking
and I will say,
horrifying.
this pastrami used to be my go-to, and I have had this happen to
Wow.
me eating it, because it's like, they're like thick, long strips of
Yes.
pastrami that have like a lot of fat. So like you bite through, but then like you think you bite enough to just swallow, but then it's like a long strip that gets caught in your throat.
I
And
think
yeah.
that's exactly what happened. It was a big chunk, and then like it wasn't. It
Yeah.
was just so much of it unfolded.
Unfolding, and you like have to make a choice of, do I try to swallow this, or do I like try to get it back out into my mouth? And I don't order the pastrami anymore. It's not my go-to anymore.
My throat like hurts after. It is crazy. I was genuinely terrified, choking on my pastrami, which maybe is some sort of thing, but
But it is a good pastrami.
it is a good pastrami.
It is good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad the peril was worth it. I actually, and I mentioned this briefly in the restaurant, I had a choking incident with pastrami at Togo's, the now I think defunct sandwich chain that we reviewed back in the day. And I actually, I was choking on pastrami, and my dad gave me the Heimlich maneuver.
Wow.
Like it was
Wow.
that degree of choking.
Damn.
Would would have given me the Heimlich maneuver here?
I would have done it. I would have stepped up and done it.
I'm so small. I just like don't. I would have been being like, try to use a chair. Like I have no upper body strength. I just don't think I could have made it happen.
That's so it would have been Wags.
I would have had your back. I would have done it.
I feel like it would have turned into us just making love on the floor.
Yeah, and it would have been a really beautiful moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
he saved that guy's life. What the fuck are they doing?
And I definitely think it's the kind of place where the people who work there would let you choke.
Yes,
They're just
right,
very
right.
busy. They just have too much going on.
Hey man, they're great. They are turning over tables.
Yeah.
They have just like a huge
They're,
volume
yeah,
of business.
turning
They-
over tables, making
fucking
banana
drive-throughs
splits.
going. Yeah, I mean it seems crazy to work there.
Yeah, and the drive-through is busy all the time.
Yeah. But they were super nice to us, and they were super accommodating, and they did not bat an eye at our large order.
I got Suss's fork score, which we won't count towards it, but I'm not going to say it yet.
Sit on it for a second, but I want to hear, what did you think of the patty melt? And then I did have a bite of that heated dog, the hot dog, which came with, they didn't ask us at all what you want
Yeah.
on it. They just fucking Peter North that thing with mustard and relish.
Jesus.
And then they
Perfect topic.
Was it mustard? There was mustard.
There was
There was
mustard.
mustard, yeah.
And
Mustard
as a
and relish.
Chicagoan, mustard and relish, that's perfect. No
Yeah.
ketchup. If there had been ketchup, I would have been upset.
Wow.
It was perfect. Yeah.
We push back against that here.
Yeah. I don't put ketchup on my hot dogs, but I defend people
Thank
who
God.
do.
Okay, ew.
But Mitch likes ketchup on his hot dogs.
Sorry.
What's wrong
I
with
think
you?
it's fine.
No, ketchup is for hamburgers. That's it.
French fries?
Wow.
And French fries. But a hot dog, that's a mustard
Look,
place.
I ate it as served and I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Sometimes I like to put I like to go all the way with my hot dogs.
Yeah.
With ketchup, mustard.
I don't like how ketchup and mustard taste together.
Interesting.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't like ketchustard, which we
No.
had just recently on the show.
We did like ketchup.
and we like ketchustard a lot.
Ketchup was really good.
don't think it'd be for me. It's just
If you weren't
Look,
raised
Diston didn't even want to try it, and he
And he
had
liked
some, and he's
it.
like, "Yeah, that's
You-
pretty
you
good."
might like
like
ketchup.
ketchup.
there
I'm
might
just
be
saying.
some here. We can see if we
We'll
can
see
I
if
mean,
there's a
okay,
ketchup
I
stick.
will try it, but I did.
I don't
really
like ketchup
respect.
at all.
Thank you.
And I liked ketchup.
Wow.
Mustard, whatever it's called.
I think you got as close.
Ketchup.
It was pretty close.
Okay, now I'm sold on this. Maybe I'll start putting ketchustard on all my hot dogs.
We liked ketchustard.
Pretty good.
I could have used some ketchustard. I could have used anything to try to lube that up to
Lube
get that
giant
shit,
piece of fatty pastrami down.
get it down my throat. I liked the dog quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a very solid dog.
But you know what? My favorite bite might have been that patty melt.
Patty melt looked great.
The
I didn't
patty
try
melt
it.
was
Looked
also my
delicious.
favorite.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just like a classic. They used great rye bread, which I
Yeah.
thought was like it was just like, this is like real deal rye bread.
Yeah,
You're really
and not,
tasting the rye.
not like the seedless kind, like the real seed rye bread, but not like with the big annoying seeds that get stuck in your teeth. It was
100%.
like the perfect kind. I dipped mine in the ketchup. I did do that for the patty melt.
Okay.
Really tasty.
I did as well. Love
It
that
also
ketchup.
wasn't overstuffed. It was like kind of like the form factor of like it'd been through a panini press. It was like really, because sometimes you get that patty melt and it's a little unwieldy. But this was nicely compressed.
Yeah, like I even like cut a little slice out like a pizza slice, and it was very easy to do.
Yeah.
I got the turkey burger, and I thought their turkey burger was just an excellent version, that sort of classic sort of roadside burger. You know, a big mound of shredded lettuce, a bunch of just like that, the burger dressing, the kind of whatever their variant of Thousand Island they're using, tomatoes, and just like it was really well cooked. It was juicy, which turkey burgers oftentimes can be a little bit dry because they had to be cooked well. Loved how bunny it was. I don't know. I thought this is just like a perfect like paper wrap burger. You know what I mean?
How
I thought
bunny was it?
delightful. It was so bunny. I thought I was gonna grab a carrot and say, "What's up, Doc?"
It was so funny. I saw it get married to Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
So bunny
I-
had a
yeah,
stopwatch and was like saying it was late for a very important date.
I was
Wow.
gonna do it. So Bunny, it was on the cover of Sports Illustrated because I thought about like buns. Like buns.
That also works.
That also works.
But then you went the bunny way, so
Yeah.
I didn't. But yeah.
No, I apologize for stepping on that because that's good.
But yeah.
That's real good.
And you know what? Lola Bunny could be on the cover of Sports Illustrated too.
Yes.
Mm.
So there
Boom.
you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Damn, I'll buy that issue.
Right? But I do think their burgers are very good there.
Yeah, it was a great burger. I'm like again, just they have a garden burger. Not all these, the garden burger. I imagine it was just like whatever patty they'd been using for like 20, 30 years. I wasn't particularly excited to have it.
Yeah.
But when I saw they had a turkey burger, which not all these places have, I was like, I was elated and I was glad to get that as an option.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you what Sus said? I said, he told me his fork score, and I said, would you have given me the Heimlich? And he said, no, I would have frozen. And then he said, and would have taken your spot on Doughboys, which I imagine is what you'd want. Which is, you know what? I'll say it right here. That is what I want. If I die, I want us to. I mean,
Only during while trying a restaurant for the pod.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yes. Only in that context.
to quote Norm Macdonald's, box office poison. When Sus comes on here, you're in trouble, Wags. But
Yeah.
I do want him to take over, and it would be good for me to just show how quickly the show fails. But
In either of these scenarios, either the one where I give you the Heimlich and we fuck on the floor, or where,
I think then Sus is very shocked.
Yeah.
Then he's very taken aback.
or the one where Susser freezes up, you die, we're watching you zipped into a body bag. I still like to think in either of those scenarios, we just go back straight to the studio and record this episode. All right,
We
Mitch,
still drive straight
Yeah,
here, and
yeah.
we're just like, wow,
I'm here with Susser.
that
Mitch
was a
died.
lot.
It's intense.
I feel like you would be the guy who would you would have been the one to give
I
me
would've
the
stepped
Heimlich.
up.
You would have
Yeah,
you would
I
have
think you would do that. I would trust you to do the Heimlich.
my hero.
I feel like, yeah, very responsible looking person. Yeah.
I just want to be clear here. Did I die in the restaurant? Am I now like some sort of ghost figure?
Possibly.
It's or this is your purgatory. You just got to record Doughboys the rest of the time.
The rest of your life.
God damn it, that sucks. Have I been able
And
to
your
not
last
say
meal is Rick's drive in and drive out.
Hey man, I could do a lot worse.
True.
Can I now only say what was the around the twist ghost thing without my pants?
Let's hit on the like we also got Mitch, you and I got Orange Bangs. I love Orange Bang. I don't know how widely available it is nationwide, but when I see a place that does it, it's a great drink. And Ashley got a root beer.
Yeah.
And then we got We got a boysenberry pie a la mode.
Yes.
I thought that pie was delightful.
Delightful.
Thought it was
That was
so
a lot.
good.
It
The
was good. A lot
crust
of
was
fun.
amazing.
Mm.
And a lot of times with places like that, you have the worry it's going to be too dry.
Yeah.
Like, no, this was
Yeah.
just perfect crust, little flaky, and then the ice cream.
Oh my
It
god.
was like from a magazine picture. It was this
Huge
scoop. It was a
mound, yeah.
huge little scoop. Beautiful ice cream.
It looks. You're right. It looks like Ice Cream Weekly or
Yeah.
something, which we would subscribe to if it did exist.
If it did, I would. And
Yeah.
it made me curious about their banana split.
Yeah, because there were some. Look, this is the thing.
I'm gonna say this. I think it looked better than I've had better vanilla ice cream. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like. Did you think it was great?
I think it was probably like Cisco vanilla ice
Yeah.
cream.
I
don't
think it
was like
looked
the
better than it
fanciest
actually
thing, but
Yeah.
than it actually tasted.
but
I
they
thought-
gave you a lot.
But they gave you a lot. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought
like,
it was
I
good.
like a vanilla bean vanilla.
Yeah.
Like,
Me
you
too.
know, real
Yeah.
vanilla.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't that, but it was fine.
It was. Yeah. It was good. I wonder about that banana split too, which we had talked about.
Yeah, we almost
Yeah.
got, and then it was just like, this is too much food.
Yeah,
You know?
there was a set. You know, we didn't touch on some of the menu, and we didn't really we didn't touch on the Mexican food of the menu all that much, and we didn't get into the desserts all that much outside of this one
Yeah.
slice of pie. But I did think the pie was delightful. I was surprised by how fresh it was, and it was.
When they forgot the pie sauce, said we've got to get that pie.
Yeah.
Which is a-
We've got
which-
to get that pie.
and that is an old reference to a birthday boy sketch from back in the day.
A flawed birthday boys sketch.
Oh,
You gotta, Mitch. You gotta say
it
something
was the
critical.
stage show. It never even got in
Yeah.
the.
Oh, I mean, then okay, it's great.
It
Oh,
was
then you're
filmed
fine.
for
Yeah.
the pilot, and then we never did it. I don't
So
think.
then you're
really?
good.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If
I
people
can't-
can't go watch it somewhere, then I think it's fine.
Okay, great.
Which it's the sketch that people thought they were like, is this like a Christian sketch group?
People thought you. People thought you guys were like Mormon, like sketch
Because all
performers
sketches
for a
were
while.
like,
Sketch
we've
group
got to
based
get
on
that
pie.
pie. That was like what the sketch is about.
It was like totally wholesome.
They do kill me as an old lady.
That's true. That did happen.
I'm the old lady in the sketch. I come out.
Okay,
And I
so
offer them pie, and then they kill me. All right, go ahead.
I mean, like, I think that's everything. I think we touched on all of our everything we had there,
And the tostada.
and the tostada, which I
Which we
didn't
didn't try, but
Yeah,
it just-
Sus didn't really share.
Yeah, he
didn't-
didn't share. He
refused to
finished
share.
it very quickly, and it looked very, to me, just like a complicated dish.
It
Like,
was, yeah.
It was complicated. It was
Like,
a bad choice.
Yeah, all I saw was just like a pile of lettuce.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't even know if he got like a meat on it.
No, there was no meat. I did have one bite of it, and it was actually decent.
Okay.
It was there beans, like a tostada thing on the bottom. What is it? Tostada crisp.
like the
yeah.
Very
toast-
crunchy tortilla.
Yeah, just
There
tostada.
you
Yeah.
go. Crunchy tortilla, the beans, lettuce, cheese, and he didn't even really put salsa on it. I don't know what
no,
he
it was very
doing,
kind
honestly.
of a plain thing, but
Yeah.
he seemed to enjoy himself with it, so I didn't
He did.
question it.
Mhm.
I have had their burritos; they're really good. It's the thing I love about Rick's is it's one of those places where you walk in and you're like, "There's no way a place can do all these things
Yes.
good." Like you go in and you're like, "Really? You have spaghetti, a chicken dinner, a steak dinner."
Mhm.
Tacos, burgers, all of hot dogs, and I'm supposed to believe you can and pastrami, and you can do all of this, and then they can.
Yeah.
They really can.
They kind of can.
They kind of can.
They
Uh,
can.
But what does that mean for our fork score? We'll find out right after this.
Ooh. Our next partner has truly made a positive impact on the most important people in my life. And no, I'm not talking about Nick. I'm talking about Wally and Irma. Sorry, Wags.
Let's be real, having a pet is expensive. From natural pet food to pet sitting when you go on vacation, the costs can skyrocket quickly. But one thing that's definitely worth it for your fur baby is pet insurance.
I love my Wally and Irma Wags, and I want to do everything I can to help them live a happy, full life.
This podcast is sponsored by Embrace Pet Insurance. It's time to upgrade your pet insurance game. Whether you have a dog or a cat, Embrace Pet Insurance offers customized plans for your pet's exact needs.
Did you know vet care prices have increased by 33% from 2022 to 2023? That's insane. With Embrace Pet Insurance, you can visit any vet or emergency clinic. And if you have multiple pets to insure, you're eligible for a 10% multi-pet discount.
Plus, they have a 24/7 helpline and optional wellness rewards program to ensure you prioritize preventative care for your pet, so you hopefully never even need to use Embrace in the first place.
I know some people think pet insurance is too expensive or not needed, but believe me, when facing a huge vet bill and choosing between your budget and your pet's health, you'll wish you had insurance. Embrace is actually very affordable.
Pet insurance is great because it can reimburse you for your pet's unexpected accidents and illnesses. Vet costs are going up just like with human health care, so pet insurance provides peace of mind if your pet gets sick or injured.
You can use any vet with Embrace.
Don't wait for the unexpected to happen. Join the massive community of pet owners who trust Embrace Pet Insurance to protect their pet. Head to embracepetinsurance.com/doughboys and sign up for pet insurance today. Make sure you go to embracepetinsurance.com/doughboys or else they won't know I sent you.
Do it.
Spaghetti is back, and so are we. Talking Rick's Drive-In with Ashley Ray. Ashley, It is time for our fork scores, so here's what we'll do. We'll let you go around. We'll give our closing argument, if you will, a final assessment on this chain based on all of our experiences, and then end that by giving it a score from 0 to 5 forks. You are our guest. We'll begin with you.
I'm going to go 4 forks.
4 forks!
4 forks! I think that Rick's is a quintessential LA fast food place, just as I love like Whataburger and Beef-A-Roo for being very of, their region and where they're from. I feel like Rick's is very much of the like LA, Southern California fast food vibe.
Yes.
Where it's like, it's half diner, half drive-through. You walk in and you're like, what do you mean you have tacos and pastrami sandwiches? And they do it all really well. I feel like it's also just wonderful because it's not super expensive, which in LA is huge for me as a poor person here. So I think it's, outside of the place, they have on their sign rated LA's #1 fast food. And I don't know who rated it, but
or what year,
or
but
what
who knows?
year or the criteria. But I agree.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
4 forks, very good score. Mitch, I'm going to go, and because my thoughts parallel Ashley's.
Okay.
And I want you to close this out because I am from Southern California. I'm very familiar with this type of restaurant. There's a lot of them. A lot of them are named like Tommy's or Tom's or Thomas's. Like they're all like, a lot of them have the same sort of names, the same sort of menus. Oftentimes, in addition to pastrami and tacos and burgers, they'll also have teriyaki. That's a common one you'll see crop up. But Rick's, I think, is like a great, just like the perfect version of one of these restaurants. It's just like it just hits everything. It's the example of this sort of diner slash fast food place hybrid that is so ubiquitous in the city and the Southland at large. I really enjoyed our meal today. I thought for the most part, the stuff was hitting. I think the stuff that was really hitting was genuinely great. And I think it's really charming. They have a lot of like, LA memorabilia
Dodger
inside.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of Dodger stuff, Lakers stuff, Kings stuff, a lot of stuff that is just sort of like, this is anchored in the city. This is a part of the city. Again, it's a big favorite of the working class here. I think this absolutely is a 4 fork restaurant.
Wow.
I think this is the kind of place that where Richard Nixon might stand and have himself a burger and fries and a shake and hold up 2 V for victory symbols.
Yeah. And he'd shake hands with a worker and,
yes.
and pretend to not be racist about it. Yeah. Also, can I throw in one more thing?
Yeah,
I
please.
also just want to say, love the ample parking they have at Rick's.
So much
This
parking.
is very
Lot of parking.
difficult in LA,
Lot of parking.
especially at like fast food places. They have like a whole separate area to park, and I live walking distance,
Yes.
but I still just love
Look.
that like they really make it easy to like sit there, park, come on inside if you want to like enjoy the diner experience.
Yes.
It's great.
From an urban design standpoint, for me, like, I want like bikeable and walkable infrastructure. I want things to be connected by rail, but I do understand that this is a car culture, this is a car city, and the throwback of like, there was a time when service parking lots, as inefficient as they are, were just like, you have that big old lot, you could park your big old boat car there, and you go in there and have a patty melt. It's like
You want a fucking Rick stop on the subway, for God's sakes?
I would
Yeah,
love a
I
Rick
do.
stop
I
on
would
the
love a
subway.
Rick
That'd be
stop on the
awesome.
subway.
Why not?
Yeah.
That sounds
You get
great,
all, you get
Mitch.
spaghetti. It's perfect.
All right, that's fair. It actually does make sense.
This is great.
It makes sense. Comes down to me, eh?
Yeah.
It falls to Mitch.
Look, I will say that I do take some points off for almost dying on the pastrami sandwich.
Yeah.
Just a couple, not a ton
I
of
like
points
how we didn't
off.
let that hold of that
Yeah.
against it. We
No,
just
yeah,
did
it's
not
fine.
care.
Didn't bother me.
Yeah, it didn't bother us.
User error, I say.
It was-
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
All right. Careful now. I have the power here. I've driven by this place a lot, and I've always been interested on I go to the Elysian Theater. Well, I perform at the Elysian Theater occasionally. Wise, I see it on the way to the Elysian Theater. I'm always interested by it because it seems like one of those like pastrami. It does seem like one of those LA pastrami spots, like you were talking about. It looks fascinating. It looks like people love it, and it is a Guy Fieri half chub. It's half diner, half drive-in, and half dive. Basically, it is.
Wow.
It kind of hits
really
half
does
of all.
hit all of that.
Mitch.
Wow.
It's the Triforce.
It's the
is.
It's kind of all of them. You got Fieri half excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you'd be full excited to check it out.
Fully, yeah.
fully, yeah.
But it has elements of all of that. It does have like a really big Dodgers feel because it's not far from Dodger Stadium, Elysian Park area. It looks historically significant, even though I'm not even sure if it is. But I really, really, really enjoyed it. I think that I thought the food was great, and also to have a place where you can get like hey, I'm coming back from the Legion. Maybe it's 11:45. I can go through. I can get a plate of spaghetti in the drive-through.
Yep.
I can get a patty melt, or I can get a pastrami sandwich.
Right.
Choke all the way home.
Yeah.
This has literally been me after a show at the Elysian, going there at like 11:45, getting a burrito. It's great.
It's cool. It's near where like some of Pulp Fiction was filmed. There's a lot of cool stuff in this area. I like this area. Kind of a little a drag by the 5 highway that's like kind of shitty and kind of great. I guess is the best way to do it. There's a great stuff there, and then there's also it can be a little, it can be. But I love it. I loved it. 3 3/4 forks. 3 3/4 forks.
Wow.
Was
Okay.
Susser's score.
Oh,
My score
wow.
is 4 forks.
Wow.
Susser said 3 3/4 forks. 3 3/4 forks. But her score doesn't count, Wags.
Wow.
Yeah.
He is not on this episode. My
Wow.
score is 4 forks.
Wow, it's in the Golden Plate
It's
Club.
in the Golden Plate
Wow.
Club.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy we could get Rick's there.
Commissioner Susser is going on my enemies list.
And again, I do think that's a little on him because who gets a tostada anywhere?
It was his fault. This was
Yeah.
Susser's fault.
What he
I
said
don't understand.
specifically.
Like, who gets a tostada?
yeah.
It's a complicated thing to even eat. Like,
Get the burrito. Get the tacos.
get the taco.
Yeah.
Don't try to be fancy with it.
Damn, 3 3/4. This is his response to what's your fork score. I want to say 4, but I just can't get there.
Wow.
Interesting, because I got there.
Yeah.
4
You
for
sure
me.
did.
And
Mitch.
you almost
Yeah.
choked.
Wow.
And I did almost choke. I mean, I liked the pastrami sandwich. It was a big sopping wet pastrami sandwich, but I
Yeah.
did enjoy it.
It looked really good. And it was like overstuffed.
Oh,
Like, it was
yeah.
a lot
It's
of pastrami.
overstuffed. Like I said,
Wow.
used to
I
be
don't know
my
if it was
go-to.
all user error. I've never choked ever.
I mean, I've also choked on the same pastrami
Yeah, it
from the
seems
same
like-
place.
It may be an issue with the sandwich a little
It is
bit.
that the meat is cut so thick that like I can't finish it in one bite. I always get the other half to go, but it is just like it's so big, the meat slice, you're gonna choke. But like I'm still gonna say that's a me thing. Like I still
Yeah.
don't hold
Just
that against
careful.
Riggs.
For our
careful.
listeners, be
Yes,
careful.
If you get that pastrami, be careful. Really chew. Be sure of your bite.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
We don't want any Doughboys listeners getting injured trying to replicate what we did. So just be careful if you go to Rick's Drive In and Out and enjoy that
We're
ample parking.
professionals.
We're
Yeah.
professionals.
We're
we
professionals,
know what we're doing.
and even though 2 of us would have completely frozen if you actually started choking, 1 person would have saved you.
Oh, God, and say my Wags. God, I would owe my life. That would suck. Anyways, Golden Plate Club, Wags. Rick's
You
is
owe me
in.
a life debt, buddy.
Man, I was
mean-
thinking.
Golden Plate Club.
Yeah, I mean, I think for that patty melt and the hot dog,
Yeah.
gets it in there, and the turkey burger.
Turkey
Turkey burger
didn't-
was
yeah.
really good.
It's great to know that there's a place where I can go get a good turkey burger. in the
100%.
dark.
Yeah.
And like when I would get it, I don't like lettuce and tomato on my burgers. I don't know why, not a big fan of it, but I always just would do Swiss cheese, the turkey burger, mustard, pickle. Always loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cool ass spot. It is. It's great.
Congratulations to Rick's Drive In and Out. Put Spaghetti is back on the marquee outside the Golden Plate Club.
Yeah,
Because you're our
'cause-
newest member.
Yeah, and that's way more fun than what they do now because now it's just a lot of like RIPs to old people who worked there who died.
no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like every other day it's just like RIP to Beth. She was a real one on the fryer.
Oh man, I believe that too being there. That
Yeah.
makes
Kind of a bummer.
sense.
Kind of a bummer. So let's
Yeah.
go with spaghetti is back.
Throw that up there.
Get that back
Anytime.
up there. People loved it.
I was laughing earlier when you said that Andy's Mints Christmas time at my grandparents' house. Like could just picture you going to your grandparents' house and they'd be like, Santa's brought gifts. And you're like, can I get an Andy's Mints? Yeah.
It's the fanciest little chocolate.
It is.
It's like the chocolate you get from a bank.
Man, you know what? I do want another Orange Bang.
Orange
she
Bang's
bangs,
good,
she
man.
bangs. Remember that one?
See,
Great
I
song.
don't know what this is. So when you both got that, I was like, is it just
Oh,
like
man.
orange soda?
It's kind of like an orange soda, but a little frothy. It's kind of like
Yeah.
an orange, like a fountain orange Julius, if you can picture
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a Mexican drink. I think it's like it will be on the same, fountain that will have like a Jamaica, or an horchata.
Okay.
But
It's like a light orange soda. Someone dropped a load in it, basically. Am I wrong?
that's what Peter North is up to in retirement.
Yeah, there it is.
Working for the Orange Bang Company. Hey, it's time for a segment. I think, Mitch, it's time for a segment.
It is time for a segment.
Okay, here we
Poor
go.
Peter North must be wiped out.
He's got
Wags?
that Lola Bunny Sports Illustrated. He's got plenty of ammunition. We got a bunch of chips, and we're going to eat them all. It's another edition of Chips and Hail Reschew Rangers. There's no bag too big, no bag too small. When you've got chips, just call Chips and Hail. Reschew Rangers, Chips and Hail. Every flavor, you know it never fails. Once we're involved, somehow these chips will eat them all. Okay, so Mitch, this past Tuesday we released a Patreon episode.
We should get Adam back on the street. Actually, you shouldn't be singing the Chippendale theme song.
with Alana Johnston entitled Chips, Can We Trust Them?
I
As part of
fucked
this
up.
segment, you were supposed to bring chips and you forgot the chips, but
I fucked up.
when God closed the door, he opens a window, and we were able to have them today as our segment. So we're going to have the chips we were supposed to have on Tuesday.
And when you said no bag too big, no bag too small, that is correct with
a big
these
bag.
Lay's BLT sandwiches.
Wow.
But
Oh.
incorrect with these Lay's stacks.
Wow,
cheddar.
Lay's stacks, cheddar.
We got some. We got a non-bag chip here too. The Lay's answer to Pringles, basically.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how Lay's stacks are normally, but I
Like
don't.
a shake weight.
It is
Yeah.
kind of like a shake weight. I shouldn't do that. It'll break up the chips. But I don't less environmentally friendly. It seems like than the Pringles can.
sure.
Is it
Right?
plastic?
That's a giant plastic,
plastic,
tube.
yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's
Is it
made to
recyclable?
like
It
get
is?
stuck in an animal in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 2 on, so I don't know what that is. Probably not good. What would you like
Unless
to
you
try
turn
with?
that into a fleshlight.
There you go. That's recycling.
Jesus. It's Peter North's flashlight. This thing's fucking huge. What do you want? Should we start with the stacks?
Let's start with the stacks, and then
Yeah.
we'll do the Lays.
Okay. Here we go. Stacks. We got some little tinfoil shit on here on top. Here we go.
Now, Ashley, last time you and I were in this studio together here at Headgum, it was for Gabrus's 420 special.
Yes.
So I understand that you are someone who likes the kind. Are you a munchies person?
Oh, I'm very much a munchies person.
And do you go savory or sweet? What direction do you go?
savory.
Savory,
I'm all
okay.
about the savory. I will sometimes do. I have a real bad thing for Twizzlers and fruit by the foot.
Okay.
So like if I do go sweet, it's absolutely horrible candy.
Wow.
But usually I'm savory. I'm doing like beef jerky. I'm doing chips. So
All right. So talking chips, what are your favorites? What are your go-tos?
I'm a classic. I love the classic Lay's. If I am getting a little out there, I do the like limon y chili Lay's. Love those. And then Dorito wise, obviously big Dorito girl. I think most people would say that's the
Hell
most
yeah.
popular chip.
Mhm.
And I like the sweet and spicy ones they used to
Ooh,
do.
all right. I'm
Yeah.
a Cool Ranch till I die sort of
Yeah,
guy.
Cool Ranch I think is default number one.
The best.
But that sweet and spicy, it just like it came in and changed my life. And then
I love it.
it's just like it's only in some stores. It's not always on the market.
Yes.
Here's what's not life changing: these chips.
No.
One side
Whoa.
of these, look, these things are blasted on one side,
Yeah.
and then the other
Blasted.
side, nothing.
like Mel Gibson in Man Without a Face.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes
Half of
like
them's blasted. The rest is normal.
it tastes like a bad Pringle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's. I maybe like the texture. I maybe like the texture around the same as a Pringle, but the flavoring, the powder is like not well
Yeah.
distributed, and I just like.
I'm just gonna say it. These
Pretty
are
whack.
that good.
They're pretty
Yeah, no.
bad. It's a bummer.
It tastes kind of like a stale chip.
I like Lay's. I like just like a straight up Lay's.
Lay's salt and vinegar are one of my favorite chips.
Oh yeah,
I love Lay's
It's a
salt
good
and
chip.
vinegar.
those are good.
Well, I'll say this.
Yeah.
We had was it the Cubano sandwich? The Cuban sandwich?
Yes,
I've
Cuban
had that
sandwich
one.
one. Yeah.
And it's
That was good.
those Lay's were fucking good.
Those were good.
So-
Those
Have
are
you
We
wavy
had the
Lay's.
pastrami one.
I don't know if we did have the
We didn't get the
pastrami one.
pastrami one.
They
No.
did a pastrami one. It was
Probably.
the special chip that came out like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I'd probably choke on it, so it's good that we don't have it. Here's a BLT sandwich. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's pretty close to, it's probably not that far off from the other the Cuban sandwich.
Compound flavors are always tricky.
Yeah.
Because what are you
How-
getting in here? You're getting
Yeah.
lettuce, tomato, and bacon.
Exactly.
I imagine it'll be a little lettucey because these tend to go heavy on the veggies, but we'll
Yeah.
see. But the Cuban
Pretty
one worked,
wild.
and the Cuban one was
Oh.
really leaning on the pickle, which we talked
Yeah.
about on Tuesday's episode.
These are wild.
This is wild.
These all right. So it's crazy that the Cuban sandwich pulled this off because those to me didn't taste as chemically. These do taste like scientifically, like in a lab. They made this flavor in a lab, but it's a little mayo-y, it's a little tomatoey, it's a little
Yeah.
bacony.
It's giving
I
me all the
don't-
flavors.
It's giving me all the flavors. I don't taste lettuce really.
I gotta
Yeah.
taste this again. I'm not tasting any lettuce.
I'm not getting any lettuce. Very bacon heavy. It
Very,
tastes
very
mostly
bacon.
Lot of
like a
bacon.
hickory smoky bacon flavor.
I think if I blind taste tested these, I would be like, oh, they're trying to do like a smoky bacon. That's the
Yeah.
flavor they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Sure how I feel about these. They're not bad.
I gotta tell you,
Not bad.
I think I got 2 whacks on these. The Cuban sandwich was so much better. I was doing us a favor by forgetting these. I think the Cuban sandwich was better.
Yeah,
Cuban
it's-
sandwich was definitely better.
yeah, I've had the Cuban one. I like that more than this. It's interesting because the first bite tastes dead on like a BLT, and then the more you chew, the more it's just bacon.
Yes, 100%.
Bacon and tomato to me are the 2 big flavors.
Yeah, a lot of tomato.
Mhm.
Kind of science. I mean, you mentioned it being sciencey, a little sciencey. Not too much of an aftertaste, maybe a slight afterburn.
Yeah,
Very mild. I don't know. I think these are also whack. I don't think I like them,
yeah,
which I wanted to. I'm rooting for them.
yeah. I love a wild chip flavor, and I love a BLT.
Love a BLT.
I think it's like the Doughboys host going home after a long day of recording. 2 whacks.
Question: would you put these chips on a BLT sandwich?
That now
That's an interesting question.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now I get why you were on Gabrus's 420 marathon.
Thank you.
This is I think if you put those on a BLT sandwich, that's fun. It gives a little
Yeah,
different
it is
texture
fun.
to the BLT sandwich itself.
yeah, you're having a
Then
blast.
again,
Add
would I
to
even
the
want to mess
bacon.
with would I even want to mess with the classic of a BLT? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like here's a take I got. I like the BLT, but I like a blat or a chicken blat even more.
Oh.
Bacon, lettuce, avocado, tomato, and add chicken in there. I know I sound like
Yeah.
Barry from Sandwiches of History, but I would plus it up with chicken and avocado, the BLT.
Now this just sounds like a chicken sandwich with avocado and bacon on it.
Yeah, you're getting towards club sandwich
Yeah, that's
territory.
how it's-
It's true. It's true. I like a BLT, but a BLT almost tastes to me like and to borrow from Barry again, kind of is almost near a tea sandwich to me. Where I'm like the bacon itself is like it's like lettuce, tomato, mayo, and then the bacon isn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I need a little something else.
My favorite BLT is from this place called Modern Eats in LA, and they do what they called a wild BLT, where they put goat cheese and they
fun.
use like a jalapeno bread.
Okay. So
Changes
that's
the game for me.
that seems
sounds
like
great.
it seems like a plus.
Yeah.
It seems plussed up in many ways.
Yeah.
I used to, I don't really eat pork anymore, but there was a time when I would thought the BLT was the ultimate sandwich. I really do like a well-executed
Yeah.
BLT. You got to get the ratios right. You can have not enough bacon. You can have, too much bacon.
Yeah.
A lot of times, most of the time, it's like too much like tomato. That's usually the,
Yeah,
I feel like
too
they
much
get,
tomato is always the problem.
they go out of control with. But when everything is in that golden ratio, it's like that sandwich is great. And I do agree on avocado, but I think once you start putting a different protein on there, it's just a different sandwich.
You're mixing it up too much.
Yep. All right, that's fair.
But
an
these-
avocado I'd accept.
That's fair.
These are a bummer. These Lay's BLT chips are a bummer. Even compared to the Portuguese jamon chips we had.
Yeah.
Way
I like
better.
those way
Much
more.
better
I
smoked
like
meat
the ham
chip.
chips way more. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, everyone.
You know where there would be a much better BLT tasting BLT? Rick's. I'd rather have a
Oh my
Rick's
God.
BLT.
I
They
bet Rick's
probably-
would have an amazing BLT.
Do they do a BLT? I gotta
I'm
try
guessing
the
they
BLT.
probably do.
They have breakfast, which
Yeah.
like we didn't even
We didn't.
like look at the breakfast
Yeah.
menu, but they do like a whole pancake and like taco Mexican breakfast deal. But I would imagine you could probably get them to throw a BLT together.
Great diner vibe in there.
Yeah.
I
Loved
got
it.
there a little early, and the dude who was like,
All
you know,
right.
he was whatever. I got there a little early,
Mhm.
and I was
about
sitting there
it.
by myself, in a booth, and this dude comes over, like where he's like got like a security vest on, and he's got a
You were sitting there by yourself in a booth. A security guard came up.
no, he's not
Weird.
No, he was just a guy who was on his lunch break who was eating
Okay.
there, but he just like had his meal. He's like, "Hey, can I sit with you?" Because it was like all the booths were taken. And I was like, "Sure, man." He just sat across from me and started eating. And I was like, I love this energy. I love this.
He's
vibe."
probably talking to the people up front. He's
Wow.
like, I'll sit with this guy all through lunch so he
Yeah,
doesn't
so
pull any
I'll
shit.
make sure nothing happens here. I got this.
Just like a restaurant value feedback. Let's open up the feedback.
Clint Eastwood's going to write a movie about it.
We have a voicemail today.
Wow, voicemail.
We got a voicemail.
Wow, I love
Feedback.
that.
Hi, Doe Crew. This is Taylor calling from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And maybe this question has been asked before, but I'm wondering if you had to introduce aliens to the cuisine of Earth, what chain restaurants would you take them to give them a little taste of the kind of food we have, especially, I guess, here in America? Huge fan of the show. I just started listening a few weeks ago, and I've listened to like a problematic amount.
Wow.
for
Thanks,
allowing-
Taylor. Thanks
Taylor,
for.
we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you're a new listener.
We have to introduce aliens to
Apologies.
the queen bee of Earth. What was it?
The
So,
cuisine.
the
of
cuisine
Earth.
of Earth.
Oh,
Yes. What
Queen
would-
Bee?
look, my sister's nickname was the Queen Bee. She had a boat, a Turner boat called the Queen Bee.
Wow.
It had a big bee on the sail. My dad made it by hand.
Yeah.
But
And so you thought she wanted the aliens to be introduced to your sister?
his boat? No.
For the boat?
I was like the Queen Bee. It was confusing to me. I couldn't hear. It was cuisine. That
Well,
makes
then also,
sense.
Yes.
the Queen Bee of Earth is obvious. It's Beyonce,
It's Beyonce,
of course.
yeah.
All right, so
That-
if we're introducing aliens to Beyonce, where are we taking them out to? Well,
Got
first
it.
of all, we'd have to take them out to Koalik and Beyonce's date spot.
That's right,
which
Cold
we're
Stone
sure
Creamery.
happened.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Koalik. We're sure it
We're
happened.
Kowalik, you were telling the truth when you said that you had a high school date with Beyonce at Cold Stone Creamery.
We believe
We believe
you.
you. You went to high school with her, so you know.
Cold Stone Creamery from like 2007.
Yeah, this was a while ago.
Well, look, there's a lot of things that don't add up about the story.
Pretty
But he
much.
supposedly took
I
Beyonce.
definitely feel like that's a chain that opened when I was in high school, which was like way after Beyonce was.
Koalik went with Beyonce to a Cold Stone
Yes,
Creamery on a
apparently.
date.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a big group of people and maybe Beyonce was just there and he saw Beyonce. No, he was on a date with Beyonce, supposedly. Anyway, that's what he claims, and he's our friend, and we believe
Oh,
him.
okay, yeah.
We're gonna
Well,
look real stupid when she has like a ballad that's like K-Wall, My Love, that comes out a couple years.
The love I lost
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Cold Stone. Cold
You're
Stone
hot as
Heart.
cold as Cold Stone Creamery. What the fuck?
I would not take
Sorry,
the aliens
baby.
to Cold Stone.
Yeah, Cold Stone is a bad choice for aliens. I
Yeah,
would
bad
confuse
choice for
them.
Oh, horrible.
aliens.
Yeah.
Horrible choice.
Bad choice for Beyonce too.
Yeah, why'd he take her to a Cold Stone?
It didn't happen. I mean, it did
It
happen.
did one. It for sure happened.
It happened.
It happened.
It
It
happened.
happened, and I
Believe it.
believe it did.
I think it was like an after-school date, and I think it was one of those things where it's like kind of like maybe he thought it was more of a date, and she thought it was more like we're gonna hang out. That's my
Yeah,
suspicion.
Okay, sure.
Anyway, so here's it. They were teenagers. I believe that sort of thing could happen. I mean, I know this happened. I know it was
Yes.
real.
yeah.
Anyway,
it is funny
so,
when Koalik's just like, sorry, baby. Didn't work out for us, babe. Kind of sounds like Dennis Miller.
So I want to this I want to reference our friend Jess McKenna, who Mitch had this concept as the governing principle of
That's
the very
true.
first Tournament of Champions with Burger
Jess.
Brawl, which was what is the burger that we would use as like, hey, this is if we were introducing to alien life forms coming to Earth, this is what we call a hamburger. Like, have this. What is the
Yeah,
best example
shit.
of that? So this
McDonald's.
exercise is more applying to a chain at large.
Wow.
I mean,
And-
McDonald's is my
Burger
answer.
King.
In-N-Out won the tournament. I think I'm trying to think of what the
I think I
best
might choose
example.
Beef-A-Roo. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
A Beef-A-Roo burger.
I mean, I was going to say Beef-A-Roo is my overall answer if we are introducing these aliens to American cuisine.
Sure, yeah.
I think it's very specific to the Midwest. Like, there is a weird sort of Swedish influence to the Beef-A-Roo menu because so many Swedish people live in that area. So I think that would be cultural for them, educational, pork tenderloin.
Right.
I think they'd enjoy that. And I think they'd get a little Andy's chocolate mint at the end.
Oh,
Who
there
doesn't
you
want
go.
that?
Look, I'm not saying this for points. I am saying this just because our experience there was such a top tier experience. But if you brought an alien to Culver's, and
Culver's
there
is
was,
great.
Culver's is
Culver's is amazing.
Culver's is
and there's
awesome.
burgers and ice cream, and it's
Yeah.
very clean and
Yeah.
friendly.
Ooh,
And
you
I'm
know
not
what?
just trying to win all you Midwesterners over, so you love
You
the
just
spoon,
won
man.
me over. 'Cause you know what? I think actually Culver's is the burger I would show. Those butter burgers, yeah.
Fucking good.
Culver's
I
is
love
great.
Culver's.
Culver's is one of those things that they told us to do over and over again, and we wanted to be mean to it even.
No.
And then it was so good that we just were like, it's good. You guys
Yeah.
were right. It's good.
Do you get the cheese curds?
Yeah, those curds are
They're
good.
so good.
I mean, like,
Wow.
here's my real answer. I mean, McDonald's is it, but like Culver's and In-N-Out Burger, Wags, I'll give you props. Like, you're going to get the good experience there, but I know so on In-N-Out Burger. I get
I'm
it.
from the Midwest, and In-N-Out Burger doesn't impress me, and they have horrible fries.
The fries are not great.
Yeah, I understand the fries are polarizing. I happen to like the fries, but I have no issue with people saying they don't like the fries. But also, I grew up here, so I have my own biases.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I think there's something
God,
to
you're
thinking
our
of.
representative. The aliens are like, God,
Aye.
humans are fucking strange.
I'm Weiger. I saved Mitch's life.
Then we made love on the floor.
I know the Heimlich maneuver.
Thinking of all of Earth, I think you kind of have to be like, okay, what's something that's that maybe encompasses all of the cuisines of the world
I
in
know
one.
I know my real answer.
And-
You know my real answer.
What's your real answer?
I would take him to Regina Pizzeria in the North End.
Yeah, but
Come
that's
on.
that's your favorite. So you're saying
Yeah.
here's my favorite, and I'm
It should
I'm
be
kind of thinking-
everyone's favorite.
If you're
that
thinking,
just speaks, that doesn't. What does that tell them about humans as a whole?
yes. So I kind of think of like if I'm thinking fast food chains, you referenced Jollibee earlier. I think Jollibee is a pretty good hey, we got a bunch of different things. You can try a bunch of stuff here.
True.
But also, Jollibee is so different from everything. It's unique.
Right, it is unique, but it
that's,
also
that's the beauty of our world.
yeah, that's
Aliens?
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
represents as hey, this is kind of this nexus of all these different cuisines converging
You know
in
what I
one
would say?
culture's interpretation
Yeah.
of them. But
Hey, little gray men, we're unique, and if you don't like it, get the hell
outta
out
get
of
out
here.
of here.
Get out of here.
Take your spaceship, fly out, and
Go
go.
somewhere else.
Yeah, go to Uranus.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. How are the burgers there?
Delicious. Oh no.
Delicious. They're great.
My other answer, though, is I think just sprawling menu, and you can wow them with pizzazz.
Ricks?
And you know what? You can sit down there and you have a nice meal. If you're sitting down with the ambassador from Glorglax, and you want to just say
The ambassador of Glorglax.
the ambassador from Glorglax is
Oh.
there.
Oh, this changes
Oh.
everything.
And-
Yeah.
you know
now I'm
what's-
talking Michelin star restaurant.
It's kind of a state dinner sort of thing. It's a
Okay.
little bit more of a formal affair, and you want to hey, you know what? This menu has something from all of Earth. The fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Flip through that menu, grab
Wags,
whatever you want.
the first place where we met.
Yeah. And hey, and this is where Doughboys was founded too. So that's another reason this is a
Does
landmark.
that count as fast food? Because I think of that more as like a sit down.
Well, chain restaurants was the question,
True,
and we do,
true,
and it does
chain.
encompass our, what we cover on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay.
Yeah.
A steak dinner is pretty good when you said steak dinner.
Okay.
You can get a steak.
Yeah, you can get
On
a
our
steak
planet,
dinner.
we call this Beef-A-Roo. Wait a minute. Are these just Australians?
So you just
Did
Australian.
we just go out to dinner with some fucking Australians?
Wait, let me take a look at that UFO. It's a boomerang, for Christ's sake.
Right. Okay, I do think. Yeah, I think that's the perfect answer. I think they have everything there.
Yeah, you have everything that
Senator
Cheesecake Factory.
Gorglax. Let me look that up. Auckland. It's the senator in Auckland. Gorglax.
You're just
Which is
from
in New
Perth.
Zealand, but close enough.
Fuck.
But yeah.
God.
You go Melbourne, Perth.
God, I fucked up so bad. Auckland, New Zealand.
It's But yeah,
I fuck up sometimes.
You're doing great.
You do great, and that's a perfect answer because not only do they have normal food at Cheesecake Factory, but you can be like, this is a Caesar salad like spring roll. And
Exactly,
it's like, what
yes.
is that? We don't know.
We don't know. They made it up
We
here.
just make things up.
That's part of the beauty of Earth. We just make shit up.
We make shit up.
That's yeah. If you don't like it, take your boomerang, go back to Australia
There you
or New
go.
Zealand.
Yeah.
But I like those answers. I mean it's hard to narrow it down to one.
That's the challenge of the exercise.
Yeah.
It's to me, I think it is like a thing. It's like either something that's like universal, which is kind of to me is pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pizza and burgers are kind of like
I don't know. I think pizza, that's really divisive because then you get people who, because like personally, I would want to introduce them to like a Chicago style tavern pizza, which is a true Chicago style pizza.
Then there's Korean style pizza.
Yeah,
there's like
other
millions
like
of different.
New York slice. What do you do? You know, do you give them deep dish? Do you even introduce that to their world?
There's also a large portion of Earth that doesn't really eat dairy at all. Like cheese is just not a part of the
we're
diet.
running into the unique part of this exercise
but
again.
that's the thing where it's just like I almost feel like pizza, but like something like fried chicken, like every culture seems to have their take on fried chicken.
Sure.
So like if you went to like a and a KFC isn't the best example, but like a Popeyes or
I take them to Harold's.
Harold's, there you go.
Yeah.
Harold's would be a hoot.
You know what? I take them to my mom's house.
Oh.
And I have mother make a big her baked haddock dinner for everybody.
Oh.
Michael, Glorglaxus are your new stepdad.
Oh, Gorlax is being a fucking pain in the ass. He's making me take out the trash. North Carolina, the great food in North Carolina. So who knows what they're going to say in North Carolina. I haven't spent too much time there, but I know that there's some great barbecue and different things in North Carolina. Pete Pablo is from there. He said to take your shirt off and twist it around your head like a helicopter.
Yes, yeah.
And
That's
lived,
fun.
And he lived in Oakwoods. When I was at Oakwoods, Petey Pablo was at living at Oakwoods, which was like the celebrity that was there. Because so many people moved to Oakwoods, and that's like a starting spot.
Yeah.
For people.
For early celebs.
Yeah, but Petey Pablo was one for me.
Yeah. I think the South has some of the best food. Fayetteville has some, I think I really like their barbecue. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I like their barbecue there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like, what is it, Nashville style barbecue or something?
That's, you know what, now I am
Everyone
like,
puts like a lot of vinegar in it. I don't like that.
Wow.
and I am kind of like, maybe fried chicken, you're right. That's like Southern cooking everywhere in the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pizza I thought was pretty universal too, but you're right. I don't know.
It's too many kinds of pizza. Detroit style?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But that's the fun thing you can say to the aliens, like, holy shit, this is like, or the Australians, I don't know which where we're at
Do they
now
even have
anymore.
pizza in Australia?
I'm not sure.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I thought Auckland was there, so I have no idea.
If you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at doughboyspodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-DOUGH. That's 830-463-6844.
I just want to say, like, that song, Take Your Shirt Off and Wave It Around Your Head, always got me a little nervous as a guy who didn't want to take his shirt off.
Yeah.
Did you have that fear, Wags?
Yeah, I mean, I was never interested in taking my shirt off and like shirts versus skins or something like that, or even like, pool time. I was like, I mean, I got over it, but
Yeah, shirts versus skins was always horrible.
Yeah, personally, I just don't like songs that try to tell me what to do.
I agree. I don't necessarily like commands in my songs.
Yeah. So I'm already not going to do what you say.
Well,
Unless the song's like, hey, relax. I'm like, all right.
I could get in. It's like, oh, smoke a doobie. You got me there, buddy.
boy, whipping your shirt off and twirling it around. Twist the what the fuck is that show?
Around the Twist?
Around the
Twist,
Twist?
yeah.
It's a big
It's a
twist
twist
episode.
theme.
It's a Twister episode.
Throw your shirt like around the twist, the family.
We got a theme, Wags.
It's a regular Twist episode. And to get the Doughboys Double Week bonus episode, you can join the Golden or Platinum Play Club at patreon.com.
Now I wish we were a Hollywood
/Doughboys.
handbook because we'd give it a funny name.
Ah,
If it was a good theme episode, we'd give it a fun name.
they'd so funny. Something like a pun on Round the Twist.
Yeah.
It's like, they'd be on that over there.
Yeah.
Twist episode. We could call it that. Ashley Ray, our guest. Ashley, thank you so much. A delight to have you on the podcast.
Thanks for having
Thank you
me.
so
This
much
was
for making
so
time for us.
fun.
Thank you for taking us to Rick's.
Yeah, what a
Yes.
I mean, man, what a treat for us. A
I'm
place
so
I've
glad
always
you
wanted to
liked
go
it.
into.
Yes.
It's great.
It's truly worth it.
Mhm.
You know, one of those little forgotten LA places.
And it was one of those places that I was like, does this place taste like shit? And then today I'm like, it's great.
It's good.
It's great.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The podcast TV, I say, I've guested on the podcast. You were very, very nice. Had me on very early on the writer's strike, and we
came
talked
on,
about that a
explained the
bunch.
strike to people, and we are still supporting the strike. We are having actors on, and they're coming on just to talk about the strike, how it's impacting them, and absolutely nothing they're working on. Unless it's a critique.
It's a great podcast, TV I Say with Ashley Ray. Check it out. And Ice Cream Money is coming out this fall.
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell us about? Anything else you want to plug?
Oh, just follow me online at the Ashley Ray. I have a bunch of shows coming up. I got a fall tour I'll be announcing, so just stay tuned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Support live comedy, and that'll do for this episode of Doughboys. Until next time, for the Spoonman, Mike Mitchell, I'm Nick Weiger. Happy eating.
See ya.
Want to dress like the Doughboys? Of course you don't. But you will want to wear our all-new Doughboys merch. Check out our completely revamped merch line in partnership with Kinship Goods. We've got high-quality shirts, hats, aprons, totes, and much more to come. Wow! Only at doughboys.kinshipgoods.com. That's KINSHIP goods.com. Sources for the intro are in the episode description.
That was a Headgum podcast.